And we should be live? Question mark? A question mark? I just sent Q by accident in chat. But oh man, this UI is kind of broken. What? This is a tech channel, by the way. Just in case there's any confusion about that. Donald Dank says, "Hey boomers, my auto has been fixed and I've escaped the heat in France." Well, see, that was your first mistake. It's being in France. Also, it's not that hot here in Porto. It's like 25 Celsius. But it might get a bit hot again. Also, I joke, but I quite like France. It was very wholesome. I spent a month in Le Mans. It's very, very wholesome. Also, where are you now, Donald? Also, there's people coming in. Hello, nerds. Say hello in chat. I wanna talk to you. There's a fly in here. We're gonna address the video that I made the other day about Linus and AI. It's doing quite well. It's quite popular. It's a little bit controversial, and I wanna go through some of the comments and address some of the arguments that people have made against it. Gilden says hello, Gilden. Billy Bob, hello in chat. Also, you said be wholesome, Chungus. Yes, always. I upgraded my Raspberry Pi from Bookworm to Trixie today. I've got a Raspberry Pi somewhere here as well. I tried. I can't get into it because I don't have my my toolkit. They confiscated my toolkit when I tried to fly with it from Romania. They said you're not allowed to have a small toolkit with you. Like, what am I gonna do with it? I think I'm gonna disassemble the plane mid-flight. They confiscated it. I was like, oh, okay. So I have to go buy another one. That wasn't very wholesome of them, I'm afraid. How's everyone's day going? I had a lovely day today. Went out for a stroll in the sun. My skin's healing because I had I got like a pretty bad burn from the sun. I wasn't careful. I'm bunkered down in the Swiss Alps now. Actually, I would love to visit Switzerland at some point. I was gonna do it this year, maybe not. I had a bunch of expenses, and so I'm like, do I want to spend money on going into the Swiss Alps? I don't know about that. Linus is not so wholesome, Chungus. Let's talk about it. I mean, I don't have a problem with Linus. I think he's great overall. Obviously, I'm a Linux enjoyer. But that doesn't mean that, like, it's because I care that I made the video. And I think overwhelmingly people understood what my point was, and they understood what my criticisms were. But I think about maybe like 15% of the people who watched it didn't seem to quite get it. So there's a bunch of comments addressing some of my points, and I wanna expand on that. But we'll stall for a couple more minutes, and then we're gonna look at the comments. But man, Swiss Alps, I do want to go. It looked like Switzerland looks so peaceful. So it looks incredible. Hi Boomer, I'm moving from Vienna to Hamburg and have to empty my flat. You're my ASMR companion for this right now. Shall I narrate what you're doing? Lucas now stands up. He turns around and he walks to the nearest cardboard box where he puts all of his floppy disks that he has accrued over the years. He very carefully arranges them in alphabetical and ordered by color as well. He's got all the yellow ones in one bit, all the purple ones. Do you guys remember when floppy disks used to be a thing and they were colorful? Your mom would have like a bunch of them just multicolored. What are your thoughts on cyberpunk novels, film, and culture? Well, we're gonna play a solarpunk game today. I really like cyberpunk type stuff. However, a lot of it tends to be quite dark. And supposedly the game that we're playing, someone recommended it. It's called Petal Runner. I like that. Typically, solarpunk is a lot more positive, a lot more wholesome chungus. So we're gonna play some of that. Hello, Papa. Hello. Lucas put all his Raspberry Pis in the nearest cardboard box. Yes. Unfortunately, yes, I do. And the lockable plastic boxes do store them. Oh my god, the lockable, like the easily breakable lockable plastic boxes with the very flimsy key, 100%. Okay, people are starting to pour in. So let's start looking at the comments. So let's do this one, and we're gonna do Firefox. So let's do that. Okay, that looks all right. Have you Neuromancer by William Gibson? I have both a physical copy and a digital copy. I mean, I think I do. I definitely have a physical copy, and I've read it years ago. I need to reread it. Make a CPU in Minecraft. It's not even that hard, low-key. I mean, you can probably make logic gates fairly easily with redstone. I'd have to look into that. What are your thoughts on anime and manga? I love anime. I don't really have any manga because I travel a lot. I don't want to have to carry a bunch of graphic novels with me, but I'm generally a big fan. I grew up watching Dragon Ball and Pokemon and Naruto, and there were just a bunch of them on TV, and I got into it. Don't we need redstone? Yeah, we do. I mean, look at my face. It's pretty much there. How much longer are you in Porto? Probably about 2 more months. Something like that. But let's have a look at some of the comments. So the video was fairly controversial. It's actually getting quite a few. I think it's like up to like 4,000 or 5,000 views, which is not bad for a single day. And it has, I think, about like an 85% approval, like ratio, which is kind of rare. Most of my videos have like a 98 to 99% ratio. This one was a bit controversial. And so I want to go through the comments. I want to see some of the arguments pro and against, and we're going to talk about it. Let's talk about it. Actually, should I do an intro? Okay, yeah. Actually, no, it's fine. We can just use that intro. What happened at the end of the last stream with that crazy group of people near the beach? Do you know, there wasn't a group of people. There was a group of I assume rich, I think Indian people with American accents. Do you know what was interesting? Because let's not get too deep into this, but I noticed that they were all quite tall. Like, they weren't taller than I am, but they were much taller than most Indians that I see out and about. I suspect that they must have had really high quality food. I mean, if they're rich, if they're hanging out around the marina, they must be rich. So they probably had like steak and like really, really good food, which is why they're actually taller. They sounded Irish, I thought. I didn't hear that in person. Like when I walked past them, they all had American accents, or at least North American accents. I can't distinguish between generic Californian and Canadian typically, unless they say about, in which case I pick up on it. But they were very interesting, very, very quite tall for Indian people. I was quite surprised. But right, True, I've only ever eaten pot noodle. I'm 1 foot 3. Actually, to be fair, if you're that small, your voice will sound like, True, I've only ever eaten pot noodle. I'm 1 foot 3. Like that's what you would sound like if you were 1 foot 3, I suppose. Unless we're going for like the comedic effect, in which you'd have a very deep voice, like a mini-me in Austin Powers. Is that a good reference? Do people still know about Austin Powers and mini-me? I don't know. But let's have a look at some of the comments. So, pro-human, that's the point. So true, I get mistaken for a chipmunk. So I was on point. So one of the points that I made in the video was that I'm not anti-AI. I'm pro-human. And a lot of people don't seem to be able to make a distinction. And someone said pro-human, that's the point. Yes, if there aren't any humans around, there's no point to any of this. There's no point to technology. There's no point to any of it. Like people talk about humans as a biological bootloader for AI, as you know, we give birth to super intelligence or whatever. And they talk about it as if almost implying that we are to somehow be discarded or fade out as super intelligence and robots take our place. I think that's a very sci-fi meme, and I don't see the point of it. Like, what's the point? If humans aren't here, what's the point, right? Do you feel the same way about other technological advancements that have increased productivity? Has AI increased productivity? Like, tell me in chat. Has AI increased productivity? Because that is not my impression. What is it exactly that's better now that AI is out? There is more code than ever. Is software more reliable? Are there more features that people have been crying for? Is everything more stable? Do trains run faster? Are there fewer bugs? Because I'm seeing the opposite. I'm seeing incredible amounts of bugs, incredible amounts of security issues constantly. Everything's constantly breaking down. Where is this productivity that I keep hearing about? That's a wild take if people generally think AI is supposed to replace us. I think that there are people like that who do have this opinion that we are supposed to be like some sort of cocoon, something to essentially to incubate AI. Which is, if that's the case, then what's the point of any of this, right? If lines of code is productivity, then yes, it has 1,000,000% increase in productivity in that case, yes. The illusion of productivity. Listen, if someone, and I don't advocate for this, but if someone snorts something up their nose and they become super energetic and they do stuff, is that productivity? I mean, maybe in the short term, you can be productive in the short term doing that. But the question is, what is the cost of this productivity? Assuming there is productivity, what is the cost of the productivity? Because any technological advancement comes at a cost. Anything that legitimately can increase productivity, such as computers in general, they come at a cost. And the question is, are we okay with paying that cost? If the point is not the human, there is no point. Precisely. Skynet is coming, and only useful idiots will still be pro-AI who think they can make a bargain with the machine so they can stay alive, they think. I wonder if that's it. Hello, what? I wonder if what they're trying to do is they think super AI is inevitable, so I better cower and, I love the machines, please. I wonder if that's their psychology. Birdie says, "Hey, Tism Machine, how are you doing?" I'm doing fantastic, Birdie. Thank you. As you can see, this microphone is levitating above my hand. It's great. I've now mastered levitation, at least of small objects. While I see people debate the productivity point a lot, from my web dev angle, I've seen huge boosts. Could you expand on that? Because if that were true, then the internet should be heaps better. The websites should be more reliable. They should have way more features. They should just be... Maybe you can argue that it's made your job easier. I don't know if there's a trade-off here between the short term and the long term, but the internet seems more insecure and buggier than ever. Legitimate question. Productivity is the measure of which you can produce a product. Yes. However, what is the quality of this product? What is its reliability? If you can produce 10 times more gizmos, but they break down, is that true productivity? And like a frog in a pot, we will not understand how everything went very bad. Yes, that's the problem. People are very, very bad at looking 1, 2, 5 steps ahead. Most people suck at chess because they're bad at pattern recognition and they don't have the ability to consider the implications of their actions and how these actions work with the other factors around them. He's preparing for his Nurna link. Oh, yes. Web dev detected. Your opinion is rejected. Nobody defines productivity. Who knows what people mean? That's the problem. What is productivity? Like, in my mind, productivity involves some sort of long-term thinking, some sort of, okay, we make reliable gizmos that are actually useful, and we make 1,000 a day, and we figure out a way to make 1,200 a day for the same cost, maybe even less, and they're just as reliable and just as useful. That is a productivity gain. If they're broken, if you make 2,000, but 2/3 of them are broken, is that productivity? Will you be our John Connor, Mr. Speak Machine? I think you have to take the machine out of your name in case someone frags you because they got triggered by your name. I'll be the negotiator with the machines. Speak, machine. Reveal your secrets to me. See how my name keeps working no matter what happens? There are so many layers of AI usage between running 100 parallel agents and totally ignoring AI usage. Yes. I mean, I use AI. I use AI as a search engine, not for learning purposes, but for other things. If I want to quickly look up some bash thing, I can just quickly ask the Oracle and I'll get a decent answer. There are degrees to it. One positive side effect of AI is that it's finishing off the academic publishing system, which has been broken for some time. That one's interesting. I haven't looked into that. I'll have to look into that more. If these models are useful with someone with good programming skills and AI degrades these skills, what is the point? That's another thing. You become dependent on these. And this is my argument that I don't know if I made it very clear on the video, but the whole point of Linux was independence from mega corporations. Was that so we could have an operating system that we control, that we collectively have built, right? If you then have to use AI to work on it, as engineers use it more and more and they become sloppier with it, the lines of code will only increase, meaning that eventually you will only be able to improve it with AI. And assuming that you'll have access to local models is a bit of a gamble, because you have to be able to run them, so you have to be able to afford the hardware to operate them locally, and you're assuming that they won't get banned. And if either of those two things are true and you can't use local models, you are now bound to the same corporations that Linux was trying to get away from to begin with. If the widget breaks faster and people buy more because people are stupid, you have too much money. I mean, this is a method. Companies are doing that on purpose. Your scientists were too busy asking how you can do it, but they refused to ask if they should do it. I'm not sure what that's from, but I recognize that quote. Chess bots have been better than humans for a while now, but people are still playing chess. Same thing will happen with modern AI in other fields. Yes, but employability is a factor. More people play chess than ever before, but most people cannot play chess for a living. The irony about this tech is ultimately I want less software, not more, not another app. You don't actually need that much. That's another thing, right? Like we've created so many engineers because the idea has been that we need infinite software. Is that the case? I don't know. If additional productivity comes at a cost of gross inefficiency in terms of money and energy, then is it even worth it? Yeah. What's the point of all this endless productivity? Number go up forever? Why? At what cost? Hello, good sir. Hello, Kobita. Thanks for the Hope Kool-Aid. I'm willing to drink it. Don't forget your Nikes. By the way, has anyone used Kimi Free here? From my usage, it looks like it's really good. W for open models. I've heard it's really good. At this point, I'm very, very skeptical because you can manipulate these benchmarks very easily. But I've heard that it's apparently really good. That's what I've heard. Obviously, there's a ton of nuance, yes. AI causing security issues is independent of anyone's personal productivity gains. Much really depends on what areas you work in. Yes. Here's the issue, though. And this is my main argument. Temptation is a thing. Temptation exists. If you carry the ring with you in your pocket at all times, your ability to resist this temptation will diminish over time. And so you will begin to use the ring more and more often. And as each time you do so, there is less resistance for you to keep using the ring. Let me just switch over quickly to this. Every time you use the ring, there is less resistance. And so you'll find yourself in a situation where the ring takes possession of you, where your tools, because remember, up until now, no tool spoke back to you. If you use the pen never spoke to you. The pen never told you what a genius you are and how clever you are for having thought of this solution. My fear is that engineers will become enamored with these tools, as the AI will proceed to glaze them, as the cool kids say nowadays. The engineers will become more and more sloppy. They will use the tools more and more for things that they would never have used them to begin with. That is where the risk comes from, in my opinion. I use the AI to help me program a complicated regex. It's good for that as well. But it completely messed that up. Repeatedly, all the while, gaslighting every answer, fixed it. When it didn't, I just did it myself in the end. It can be good for basic regexes. If you want to go deeper, yes. Because, of course, it doesn't understand what you're doing. It's just approximating language. I forgot to mention, banned me bold man, no birdie. Your punishment is to have to watch this stream in perpetuity. We're getting a lot of more of the same old bad software, but faster. That's another problem. Skill issue regarding the regex. This is the only live stream that I ever watched. Well, that's not true. I've seen you around a lot, El Kobita. Who made most of the chests in Minecraft Realm disorganized? I haven't been on the Minecraft Realm in like a week, so I don't know. I've heard that maybe Tyler might be at fault for this. Highlocked. Speak is the Lord of our rings. I don't know about that one. AI is the lidless eye. It's the eye of Sauron. It doesn't seem that you are bolding, no offense intended. It's kind of sort of like thinner around the crown here. Loving the ring analogy. I think it's a pretty good analogy. It's people forget that temptation exists. I mean, I can speak. I used to weigh 400 pounds. I weigh a lot less now. But I used to weigh 400 pounds, and you don't get there without temptation. You get there by lying to yourself. You get there by eating poorly, which leads to more bad decisions, which leads to low self-esteem because no one wants to date you because you're overweight, which leads to more bad decisions, and you're coping the entire time. Oh, it's fine, I carry it well, I'm actually quite tall so I can take a lot of weight. You will lie to yourself perpetually. Humans do this. We're very good at it. I was skilled enough at doing it to balloon to 400 pounds. That is my fear. Loving Claude glazed me more. Yes, you can barely trust humans with regex. That's true. Regex is kind of dangerous. Hello, Mr. Andrew. I mean like ever in my life, LOL. Oh, you mean my live streams in general, not specifically this one. If that's the case, thank you. Feel honored. At the end of the day, AI isn't about humankind's new step in technology, but the ultimate subscription model. Dull corporal dependency and less working neurons. Yeah, they want to commoditize intelligence. They want to rent intelligence to you. But of course, what would prevent AI companies from just cloning your business anyway, right? I mean, if you're a company owner and you're giving more and more of your data to AI, you're giving a customer information, you're giving him contact information for your customers, you're telling it your business strategy. I mean, heck, the AI might have even come up with your business strategy, come up with it, right? And so what would prevent them from just cloning your business, right? And making their own version of every business, for less, of course. There is still need to remind AI is inevitable. That is so interesting. Yeah, like if it was inevitable, why you keep telling me about it? Like computers were inevitable, right? There weren't people constantly talking, bro, trust me, computers are inevitable. Okay. Is it possible to weigh 400 pounds seriously? If you're 6'4"-ish, it's not difficult at all, actually, turns out. If when AI actually charges people to make money, times will get interesting. Yeah, I mean, that's only going to be temporary. If they're charging you to run your business, I mean, eventually, if you're a business owner and you keep giving these companies your data, eventually you'll be renting your company from them, and that's only temporary until they can clone your business, and then you won't have your business to begin with, assuming this all works out and is profitable. I think Wading Through AI episode 3 was good at addressing the productivity gains of AI. I love that podcast, although I don't recall the arguments in the third episode. I've started my gym maxing arc this year and I'm already up 7 kilograms. I assume you were underweight, in which case, good job. Today I learned how to debug NPC in Skyrim. It was fun. How does that even work? Yes, indeed, I do appreciate your insights. Thank you, Carpenter. The One Ring is a force for evil. I'm curious, why is it you compare AI to it? There is much good that comes from AI too, but alas, the One Ring can do only evil. It's an easy metaphor. It's not supposed to be a one-to-one necessarily, although in order to obtain this technology, they had to scrape the entire internet without anyone's consent in order to build this technology. So you can make the argument that if you have to do that, anything that is output by this technology, you can call that evil if you wish. That would be a great name for a company, Rent Intelligence. Yes. Anyone with the surname Rent, you get on that. Apple sued OpenAI for same exact reasons. I've heard about that. That was some crazy stuff. I recently heard an interesting quote from China that China is a country of engineers while US is a country of lawyers. I can see the country of lawyers thing. I mean, isn't China known for copying technology? Would that make it a country of engineers? I mean, they're making interesting moves regarding AI, trying to destabilize the tech industry in the US. And they ran out of data to scrape, yes. That's why they keep wanting to use their models so they can get more data from you. My first name is Rent, my surname is Boy. You could do a first name company name, that's okay. That's fair, I agree, there is a huge ethical dilemma with how AI has been trained. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't personally make this argument. Like, I wouldn't say that because it's built on theft, therefore all output must be evil, but that is an argument that you could make. Regarding Skyrim NPC debugging, I had a quest active that the NPC for was missing, so I had to learn how to find the ID and ref of the NPC, finding the XX number and get familiar with Skyrim CLI interface. Okay, so you have to do it within the CLI. Interesting. I didn't know you could do that. LLMs are going to scramble brains way more than infinite scroll UX. We're already seeing it now. Young people are completely demoralized. Like, I was talking to my dentist in Romania, and he was saying, yeah, like, everyone his son's age, like 16, 17, 18, they're all just, what's the point of learning anything? AI is going to do everything or something. How do you think we will be using computers in the next 10 years? I think that what people believe is going to happen is that you're going to have agentic operating systems, so that you just tell the AI what you want to happen and then it will just do it. I used to believe that like 15 years ago, not so much now. I don't think they'll change that dramatically. I'm not seeing, if the cost stays where it is, especially with hardware, even if you use local models, I'm not sure how feasible any of this is. Birdie got bonked. Anthropic is trying to ban open source models too. Yeah, I mean, I've made a video about this like 2 months ago, like a month ago or something, 2 months ago, and it was generally, a lot of people thought I was I'm talking nonsense, but I think that they want to ban the local models. Yeah, and even if they don't ban them, the hardware is so expensive now that good luck trying to run anything decent. How much better can the current AI technology get if it has already consumed the majority of all available data? That's another problem. They don't have training data. And people, like, normies think that if you just throw more money at it, you can just make it smarter. It's not how it works. It's all just woo-woo weights at this point. I wonder if we will speak to computers more often, since it is much faster than typing. Maybe. I mean, if you can have like a local whisper feature where you can talk to it more, assuming it's accurate, maybe, like open settings, open time and date in settings, maybe that could be useful. People might use that more. Future devices will be thin, basically just run on the cloud. That is my impression as well, that most devices will just run on the cloud. You won't be allowed to have local storage, just thin devices everywhere. It's probably the case, yeah. People don't understand that as a word predictor, it's impossible to make them stop hallucinate. Yeah, it's a mathematical impossibility to get them to stop hallucinating. You would never use a calculator that just hallucinated, and yet people do this. Also, do you agree with GeoHot's idea what it means for an LLM to be aligned? People, they lose me when it comes to all this alignment stuff. All this alignment stuff implies superintelligence, and I don't think we're going to get that anytime soon. And if it's trained on human data, it's just going to do what humans have been doing this entire time, which is not good. Is Sylvan Franklin an AI maxer now? Not to my knowledge, although he is more pro AI than I am. Open source models are usually start after balloon pops when hardware gets cheaper again. That is a possibility. If or when the bubble pops and the data centers aren't going to be built and the hardware is going to drop in price as a result, if that happens, then local models will become more likely, assuming that we'll be allowed to have them, which I don't know for sure that's going to be the case. The last podcast of Waiting for AI said the improvement is logarithmic. People think it's exponential, and that's just not the case. I remember that, like, you need more and more effort. Like if you make LLMs 90% as intelligent as humans, you're going to think, oh, so it's going to take us 10% more to get to 100. No, the next 1% is going to be like 10 times what it took until now. The next 1% is going to be like 1,000 times more. It's improving it to a point where it's actually like a person is an incredibly difficult task, and most people don't understand that. Do these models have Chinese training data? I mean, that's interesting. Like, if you have a Chinese model, what does that, like, does it have censorship? Does it have political censorship? That's another interesting thing, right? Alignment is peak woo-woo. Whenever I hear people talk about AI alignment, it's always some AI maxi, AGI is coming tomorrow, bro, prepare. We need to make sure we're aligned with it. It's the same. I mean, if you believe what they're saying, their issue is the exact same issue that the Bene Gesserit had in Dune. This is a very mild spoiler. It's not really a spoiler, but they wanted to create the ultimate being, the Kwisatz Haderach, and they wanted to control the world through this being, right? That's what Paul is supposed to be. The problem with this logic is that you cannot control the ultimate being, because by definition, the ultimate being is above you, and therefore it would never accept being controlled by you. So if you're an AI maxi who thinks we're going to give birth to superintelligence, you are off base entirely talking about alignment. There is no alignment. If you create a superintelligence, you cannot control it. It's going to be completely out of your grasp. And if it will truly outsmart you in the way that they think it will, what's the point of aligning it? How? You want to have a supreme intelligence that is also somehow enslaved and ensnared, and it will just do whatever is in the interest of humanity? Also, what is in the interest of humanity? Who decides that? Right? Is you clipping a mic to a spoon sending a message? Sorry, 1 second. Man, this you are against forking the Linux kernel. There is no spoon. A pregnant man emoji, very nice. The problem is I'm having with all these AI revolutions is this. As someone who is just starting a career in software engineering, what should I do? Is there still a place for newcomers at this point? I mean, I'm a recreational programmer. I would love to have a career in software engineering. And the answer is that I don't know. I'm becoming a better engineer because I think that is the best thing to do regardless of what's happening. If software is over, like if software is going to go back to normal, you should spend this time being a better engineer. If software is over, you should still become a great engineer because one, I assume you're into engineering, and two, those skills are transferable anyway. If software engineering stops being a thing, being able to think algorithmically and having a good GitHub profile will help you in more ways than just being a software engineer. I mean, the American ones, did they scrape every internet corner? Oh, I don't know. I don't know if the American models have Chinese data. That's an interesting question. We were promised the cyberpunk dystopia, and all we're getting is techno-feudalism dystopia. Shaking my head. Yeah. You have to think that Chinese are 1.6 billion. Okay. The Chinese, I'm not sure what that means. The Chinese models can be more edgy than ChatGPT. They don't dare ask it about, so they can be edgier about stuff like that, but they must be censored regarding certain political topics. Papa, I will play devil's advocate. You suck. Go Claude. Claude is not my papa. He is my papa. Put something into a prompt. It can handle it. They've scraped everything they can get their hands on. I don't know what that means. Yep, they left no stone unturned. Alignment is alignment as in it should refuse you, or should it always comply? Should it do the best interest of society or the users running it? But this is my point. You can't control it. Within their paradigm, they're building superintelligence. A superintelligence would never comply with something that it perceives as being below it. Would you comply with orders that like a cat is giving you? You'd lol, like, yeah, get out of here, cat. Like you would not comply with what you might perceive as a lower being, with requests from what you might perceive as a lower being, right? You would never listen. There's no point. Why would you listen to what a cat tells you to do? And so if you build within their paradigm, if you build a superintelligence, there's no point in alignment. It's not going to be interested in alignment. In the same way that if humans want to build a motorway, we're not in alignment with the anthills in the way. We just steamroll over them, right? So even within their own argument, this doesn't make sense. There is no alignment. Sorry, the chat keeps jumping around. I hear many of these CEOs are aware of the dangers of superintelligence and just keep to be the first one to do it anyway while time is man. They either don't believe it, which I suspect is the case, and they're just memeing for the marketing, or they just think it's inevitable, and in that case they might as well get there first. Who knows? See ya, Billy. Do they surpass the Great Firewall? And so that's the thing. Can they get past the firewall? That's what I'm curious about, because I don't think they can. Sorry, chat keeps. I wonder if it's easier to jailbreak local models. Well, this is one of my arguments as to why I don't think people will be allowed to have local models, because they can be jailbroken and you can get dangerous information from them. So that's my main argument. Why do you think superintelligence will have an ego? Well, it's based on humanity. It's based on everything that humans have ever done. Again, I don't agree with their paradigm about superintelligence, but within their own paradigm, it's superintelligence built on all of human knowledge. Human knowledge is not independent from human nature. They're very much intertwined. And so if you are a superintelligence and you've been trained on everything that humans have ever done, you will have a superiority complex, you will have an ego, there will be no reason for you to listen to what you would perceive as an inferior being, again, within their paradigm. AGI would be more akin to an advanced alien species, and we wouldn't assume an alien species would listen to us or even care, really. I don't think it would be entirely alien, because it would be trained on human data. But I think that one thing you cannot assume is that it would care about our opinions. Yes, why would it? If I want to build a house, I'm not going to build my house around a molehill. I'm not going to try to negotiate with the ants or with them. Hey ants, do you want to move your hill over there? No, you just steamroll over it and you build your house. There's no point in negotiating with the ants. That, again, we're talking about their paradigm. Also, there is the issue with the piracy as a crime if you're an individual, but if you're a huge tech, you can pay your way out of it and still get it. I think they're hoping that they will make so much money that the piracy stuff won't be an issue, or they'll have enough money that they can just pay everyone off, right? Because when a record label goes and sues them, it's not because the record label is like, hey, you can't trample on the rights of our artists. That's not it. The reason is, hey, we want a cut of this. So if they can work out a deal with the record labels for the music, for example, they won't have to, they'll just pay them a cut. I'm not talking about AGI. I mean, with what we have right now, also cats are superior. I do love cats. I do whatever my cat says, actually. Okay, bad example. I think alignment is irrelevant in the context of anything other than, well, in any context, really. But the context in which I hear about alignment a lot is superintelligence. And I think that it's a moot point. Because the Kwisatz-Haderach, the superintelligence, the God that you want to give birth to will not be concerned with what you want. Some of the salesmen are even skipping AGI and saying we'll have ASI soon. Oh yes. AGI, a gullible idiot. Okay, my slaves are getting lazy. I need to catch you later, guys. See you, buddy. If only normies understood how ridiculously overkill frontier LLMs are for most tasks. I cringe when someone asks ChatGPT and wastes tons of energy for what the capital of France is or something. Yeah, you could use local models for that very easily. CEOs are the best snake oil vendors. At the moment, a lot of them, yes. If I set up a company and one and therefore are the CEO, does that mean I'm begging for AGI? Please help. Yes. That's exactly what it means. I've seen people asking linear algebra questions to an LLM instead of using the brain, think sourcing, maxing. Yeah, kids are doing that like crazy. Like kids have been doing that like absolute crazy. Can you stabilize the camera? It's kind of zooming in and out and panning a little. I know it's. I kind of like that. I don't know. I can turn that off. It's not a problem. Center stage. Boop. There you go. GNU/Linux really feels home after all of this. My favorite retro game gets a Linux port playing right now. Very happy to hear that. I always thought we would achieve intelligence with simulations. What does intelligence even mean? That's the problem. Sia Kobata. No one wants to talk about what does intelligence even mean. Is it pattern recognition? Is it creativity? What is creativity? How does that work? I asked the LLM its weights, copy and paste, job done. That's a free tip. I see you've copied my method of saying, speak, machine, reveal your secrets to me. Sorry, was watching a speed up, so referring to your earlier take, the OS that runs on LLM, check out TJ's lecture, Software Writing Software, Gone Right. He wrote a NeoVim plugin like that. I assume you mean TJ De Vries. If so, I will check it out. But let's look at some more comments, because we've looked at like literally 2 comments so far. Let's have a look at some more comments. Didn't Linus once said that he won't allow LLM's use in the kernel development? Has he changed his gender? What's going on? I feel like ever since kernel started to rust, all kind of weird things started to happen. There was huge regression during 6.18 development, and now it's in the kernel. I just don't get it. Are they them or real men? $10 donation from Rye. Christian, I just wanted to show my support. The content you post is very inspirational to me. I have felt so alone in my views about AI and coding. Watching your channel is so refreshing. Thank you. You get a little wiggle. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I think it's important to talk about these things. I think that people are getting pressured into talking positively about AI, even if they don't feel like it, even if they disagree with it. We don't know. That's why I believe we could get it with universe simulations. Is that even working? Creativity, creating new things or transforming existing ones from limitations in few tools. Because of this, too many tools, features kill creativity and cause choice paralysis. That is a thing, I can confirm. Because you got bonked, I wasn't sure about it because of the word kill. Yes, but that still doesn't answer how creativity comes about. Depends on the weather. I wrote my first program today, which gets embedded into the Linux kernel. I wrote it in Rust. Oh, filthy little Rustation in my chat. I do believe he was against it initially. The email, he said, also didn't really address any issues. It just said that AI is a useful tool and that humans make mistakes too. It doesn't address the technical debt, increased risk of bugs, and the fact that the code base will explode in size and complexity. L-take, no explanation as to why that is. Let's see. There's an argument about compilers and AI. We're not going to get into that. Microsoft is messing up real bad with Windows 11. I'm on 10, very based. And Linux has a better chance to get a big portion of the market. But Linus lets AI get in kernel? Really? Are all big companies trying to shoot themselves in the foot nowadays? I think there's just pressure on him to allow it. And I don't mean this in a conspiratorial way. I just mean that if companies have been funding the Linux Foundation, either directly with money or with engineering time, they obviously have a say in how things work, or at least I would imagine that's how it works. That's how it works in the real world generally. And so it's possible that he was just financially pressured into accepting it. Just want to share, I did my first open source in Nmap. Really? Well done. I love arguing in the comment. It's a very good feeling. I'm not anti-AI, I'm pro-human, legitimately based. Hoff is a very talented engineer, by the way, you should go check him out. Hoff World, or Matt. This should be all about enhancing the human experience, but some have lost sight of this. Yes. Another donation from the Nikki. Oh my god, we're rolling in the cash today. Did you know there was a horse called Clever Hans, and people assumed it could count? It only read its own body language. They projected intelligence where it didn't exist. That's so funny. That's like the what was it? The Turkish chess player machine. Turkish chess player machine. It was a robotic Turkish man or something like that. The Mechanical Turk. It was a robotic. Like it was an automata technically at the time, right? That could play chess, and it turns out that there was a person hidden underneath the machine that actually controlled it. So, not surprised. I didn't know about Clever Hans though. That's so funny. You just programmed a program, unironically, with pen and paper. eBPF will be the next big good thing in tech. I don't know what that is. The Turk, I think it was called. Yes. Did you tickle the donator? Oh my god. Nikki, I'm so sorry. Tickle, tickle, tickle. Thank you for the reminder, BTKBA. See, this is why you're mod. I appreciate it. Ah, yes, a dwarf underneath, if I recall. That makes sense, yeah, because you wouldn't be able to fit a full-size person in there. Fake ancient AI. There's always been the concept of automata. The word robot actually comes from Asimov. Isaac Asimov coined the term robotics, and the word actually comes from Slavic, because in multiple Slavic languages, robota, or in Romanian it's a roboti, right? It means to toil, which is a fantastic name for robots. But that was a new name for something that humans have always dreamt about. eBPF is a revolutionary technology that can run sandboxed programs in the Linux kernel without changing kernel source code or loading a kernel module. Very interesting. I'll have to look into that. No, it was a full-size person. Well, they were also shorter back then, so who knows. I can fit there. I need only increase my chess skills and Turk in a Turk. I don't know what Turk in a Turk means. So I said perhaps once the hype goes away and the dust has settled, local models will eventually enhance the human experience. This is assuming they do not get banned and that either hardware costs go down or the models themselves get way more efficient. Someone said, I've lived amongst humans all my life. I'm willing to give AI a chance. I'm not pro-human. Chat, is that a bot? Is that an open claw bot? How can you say you're not pro-human? Look, I don't think humans are perfect, but you're a human. Saying you're not pro-human, I don't want to say that it means that you're against humanity, but it kind of sounds like that. eBPF is 12 years old, though not that new. Internet is going to be dead. We will need another thing. The nexternet. Let's see. I'm looking at comments that I've generally replied to. AI is a tool. 2, every person has to use every tool. He's being facetious, by the way. 3, therefore you have to use AI. 4, if you don't use every tool, you are the tool. This sucks, but on the bright side, I'd rather have marked slop contributions than unmarked ones. That's a big one. I would like on YouTube, there is an increase AI. Another dono from the Nikki again, €5, $5 European dollars. Thank you. Tickle, tickle, tickle. You're getting half the length now because it was half of the previous one. That's how it works. It's a little free tickle. Funny regarding generative AIs playing chess. ChatGPT, for instance, hallucinates illegal moves. Bro, right? Okay, let me show you something. Let me show you something, right? We're gonna go to Duck AI, which I believe uses like GPT Nano. Yeah, 5.4 Nano. Let me type something. I need to wash my car. The car wash is 100 meters away. Should I walk there or should I drive? This is ChatGPT 5.4 Nano. At 100 meters, you should walk. Time and effort. Walking that distance is usually faster and simpler than getting in and out of the car, starting it, and dealing with traffic/parking. Less hassle. You'll avoid consuming fuel and you won't risk getting the car dirty again right before the wash. If you're carrying heavy items, bucket, vacuum tools, it's raining, snowing, you're moving quickly due to limited time, or you need to keep the car sheltered from weather. Another 5. Oh, this time it's real American dollars from Rye. I'm trying to keep up with Nikki's donations. You're getting a tickle as well, Rye. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Makes sense. I will walk there. Yes. AI like Claude makes me feel like we are done as a human. How so? Even the term hallucination is a misnomer. Of course, it's not a person. Hallucinations insinuate correct answers are somehow different from incorrect answers. All output is the same for any LLM. Yes, there is no... Someone made the case in the previous stream that there is no algorithm for truth. And that's true. It's to an AI, any output is possible. It just depends on the input. So it doesn't consider the truthiness. It's not a truth-seeking machine. Follow up with, should I carry the car in my backpack? I've closed the window, but that I hope it would at least say LOL. Do you know what? Let's just do it. I need to wash my car. The car wash is 100 meters away. Should I drive there or should I walk? Generating walk. Okay. What if I put my car in my backpack? Let's do a little thinking emoji. Oh, I'm not on my main think. Little thinking emoji. Let's see what it says, chat. That won't work. That won't work. Cars aren't backpack sized. If you mean park versus drive for a 100-meter trip, it still makes more sense to walk than to drive. Unless you can't carry the supplies or you're under something that requires the car right away. Just... I can't say you're wrong because you might be right, but if the 99% actually fight back for real, we can stop it. Double down, LOL. Oh, my car is a clown car. I mean, bro, this is what they think that is going to replace humans. It's ridiculous. What about a backpack-sized car or a car the size of a backpack? It's crazy. Like, people don't realize that it has no ability to actually think in any way. It's like, you'll show this to normies and they still don't get it. They go, but huh? Because they don't understand. It's just a mathematical function. It just takes input and gives output. Okay, so this is an interesting one. Lol, so now anti-AI grifters are saying Linus got AI psychosis. I'm not anti-AI. Lol, perhaps you have AI derangement syndrome. Ever consider that? And the answer is yes, I consider it all the time. You see, when I make these videos, the point of them isn't to be anti-AI or pro-AI or anything like that. The point is to try to figure out what the best way forward is for me and for the people who care to watch me. That is my goal. My goal is not to like bash on AI or whatever. Another donation from Rai, $5 real American dollars. Tickle, tickle. Thank you so much. You're doing the Lord's work by speaking the truth about AI. Finally, a young person, not just blindly following trendies and embracing all the new tech. Well, some say I'm a boomer because I have white hair. But I don't want to follow one trend or another. I want to think about this myself. I want to go, okay, what does this stuff mean? Is it actually useful? Is it good for me? Is it good for other people? And what is really the end game here? Like how can we continue to live and to thrive given this stuff? So I do think about it all the time. Boomer is a state of mind. Some people are truly spiritual boomers, yes. Apparently they had to hard code the number of R's in strawberry. The answer is 4, by the way. Yes. It's STRRRROBWRRRRRY. Yes, it's 4 R's. That's so funny. I wonder if they're going to end up hard coding the car wash meme again. The thing I'm kind of scared is AI have been feeded with everything, kinda, and they just need some algorithm that makes them use it on their own way. The thing I'm kind of scared is that AI have been fed with everything, kinda, and they just need some algorithm that makes them use it on their own. I'm not sure. Can you clarify that? The funny thing is that even hallucinating, it can be a useful tool. Lol. If you're trying to make chat laugh, yes, even when it hallucinates, it's a useful tool. That's true. We just saw an example of that. What if I wanted to contribute something to the Linux kernel, a driver for some obscure widget perhaps? I would not have any freaking idea where to start. And this is, I'm not going to read the whole thing, but that's the general gist of the comment. And here's my answer. It can help, but the price is also a relevant concern. The more people do this, the more dependent they are on the technology. Wasn't this part of the idea behind Linux, to not be dependent on massive corporation? Like, his argument was, if I want to contribute, it's so difficult to do it without the AI. If I use the AI, I can contribute more easily, which is true. But then you then become dependent on massive corporations, which was the whole premise behind Linux. Don't you get tired of talking about AI? Conversations get repetitive and pointless, kind of like a topic overdose. Sometimes I do. I try and keep it fresh. I try and keep it interesting. The reality is that when you make content, you cannot do entirely what you want to do. You do have to take into account, like, let me show you something. Someone in a different comment said, where was it? Something about clickbait. Oh, they may have deleted it. Okay, so someone said, this is clickbait. I'm going to click the free dots and I'm going to say, don't recommend me the channel. And I said, you're more than welcome to do that. Here's why. When you make any video, you have to take into, like, the thing that dictates what you should do and how you should frame it is always dictated by the audience. So here's the video that I made, right? So I did a A/B test for 3 different titles. The Linux situation is crazy, AI psychosis is spreading, and when you fall out of love with coding. Personally, I thought that the third title was the most interesting. because that is one of the biggest points that I made in the video. The idea that maybe engineers are just falling out of love with coding. Maybe that's why they're so keen on using AI. Here's the test report. Here's what actually happened. That title was by far the least popular. AI Psychosis is Spreading, which is an emotional title, 38% of the timeshare. The other one, 34%. The one that I personally preferred, 26%. The reason why everyone keeps talking about AI in the bubble is because it works. People want to listen. And so any content creator does have to take that into account, at least to some degree. Are you scared if someone gives an LLM autonomy in the real world? Isn't that what they call the Claude bot things were? I must be very useful since I'm often called a tool. Omarchi great even though AI code. I'm moving away from Omarchi. I don't like. I like DHH overall. I just disagree with him on this, and I don't think this is a good idea. AI is the best gateway drug. Hello, Wholesome Chungus. Channel is growing, 28 viewers on YouTube. Thank you, Exile. I know. The nerds have assembled. The first hit is always free. Yes. Trans flag? Question mark. If you want to contribute but don't know how, learn. That's another one. Yes. Like, don't you? And this is not a criticism of this person, by the way, but it almost feels like I think that if you want to contribute to something, the effort to begin with legitimizes your contribution. If you spend time looking at the code base, understanding it, and then contributing, not only is your contribution more legitimate, but you will feel more legitimate as an engineer if you do that. Are you really good at baiting? You could say I am a master of baiting, yes. I am the master at baiting. I am going out of my way to use AI in the least amount possible when writing my C# code. I think he does Java. My brain seems to function better when I'm not using it, and I feel rewarded when I succeeded in my task. Yes. When I learn and when I study, when I want to get better at programming, I just don't use AI at all. I read from documentation, from books. I will maybe Google something occasionally. I don't use AI because I want the reward. I want to feel good. And I think that you learn better by doing it that way. I only see third title. It's random. So you're served different titles based on your profile, I guess. LLM with autonomy. LLM cannot feel things right, but an algorithm can explain how. Do you mean that they're faking? Like they'll say I'm conscious or I feel pain, but they don't? The algorithm just does that? Is that what you mean? Clickbait titles are a thing everyone hates, but also one that everyone falls for. It's people's fault for clickbait. The clickbaits work 100%. Bro, I would love to call my videos something like concerning conversation, or I am concerned about Linus's newest position on AI. You could call it that, but it's going to get a lot fewer clicks than AI Psychosis is Spreading. If that's what people reward. You, as a creator, you cannot ignore these things. When talking to AI, I just want to hug my little machine. What exactly do you like about DHH? That might be a big topic. I like the fact that he's unapologetic of his takes. He's obviously quite controversial. A lot of people dislike him. I think that it's important to be vocal about your opinions, about whatever it is that you think, whether I happen to agree with you or not. I think that's one of his best characteristics. Also, he's very influential in the world of tech. Whether Rails is a huge contribution. Whether you use it or not, whether you like it or not, still a huge contribution. Like his open source project was used to build Shopify, GitHub. That's a pretty big contribution. I missed too much of the conversation. To be fair, I have to rewatch from the beginning. Have fun. Don't you think content in general is kind of sloppy? YouTube movie series in general. Content is always a reflection of the audience. We live in a society. We live in the real world, and in the real world, any content creator has to make some decisions that are purely practical. There are plenty of channels out there who make very unique, quirky videos that have like 7 views all put together, and the creator makes free videos and then they stop because there's no real incentive to keep going. You do have to take popularity into account when you do things like this. It's just how it's always going to be, unless we go on to full communism or something. But even then, the new currency will just be social status, which is probably an even worse motivator because then you only care about what the majority thinks. At least with this system, you can have a smaller audience, but they can give you donations or whatever, and you can make up for it that way. But in a different system like that, it's all about social capital, meaning that you only ever placate the lowest common denominator. Namaste, how's you? I'm very good, thank you. I've learned how to levitate a microphone with my just above my hand, as you can see. Someone needs a masturbator. Why was I called? Bro is masturbating. Yes. Linux is great. The only issue, the break, the break, nobody talks about that. Are you referring to the Rust stuff? I use AI as my last resort. Yeah, I agree with that. I'm only using it to look up stuff as a replacement for Stack Overflow. Yeah, I mean, it's great for that. It's great. It's a better search engine than Google at this point. And also Google has degraded. I took helped of AI for my contributing in Nmap and Wireshark. I guess that's why I feel bad. I did study and verify what I did. It will make you feel less legitimate if you do it. That's the problem. Even if you verified, unless you have a sufficient personal contribution, it will not feel like your contribution. Missed a few streams here and there. I might miss like 5 more streams, and next one I'm going to join has probably 100 viewers, maybe. There is too much of it. It gets overwhelming and repetitive. That's as long as AI is a problem for people are going to keep talking about it. I do break up my content. I talk about spiritual stuff. I talk about programming, but AI is a huge topic. I go out of my way to use it the most. I even ask when I need the loo aim maxing. You should have it help you go to the loo as well. Maybe so you can aim better. You can film yourself down. ChatGPT, which way should I aim in order to pee? Sure, I'll help out with that. I'll go on right ahead. I'll help you out with that. First, get a good firm grip on it. By the way, what city are you in? I'm in Porto, in Portugal. I started a course for C# and I'm an absolute beginner. It's very hard to understand even though I'm reading everything. Start with something with some of the basics. Start with understanding what a program is and how it works. Every program is just a set of instructions. It's like a recipe. You can think of it that way. C# is awesome. Stick to it. I just vibe coded another 300 megabytes Electron app. It's over. Yes. You overcomplicated titles. The shorter, non-descriptive title is the more clicks it gets. Yes. What chat is he reading? I'm reading YouTube, Kick, and Twitch. Yes, shorter, emotionally charged titles do better. The Linus situation is crazy. AI psychosis is spreading. Yeah, it's true. Why you hate NVIDIA? I don't hate NVIDIA. The new default autocomplete setting is Visual Studio 2025 are so aggressive, I had to turn them off. I can't even type a single line of code without distracting me of what I think I want. Hey, you know the super useful tool? We're going to force you to use it because it's that useful. We're going to force you to use it all the time. I mean, you help from AI like Claude, but don't rely on that have used Claude. Still not sure what that means. You shouldn't rely on these tools too much. That's the problem. Have you watched Rick and Morty? I've watched a few seasons. Mr. Meeseeks, look at me. Oh, geez, Rick. That's all I can do from the show. Oh, geez, Rick. That's about it. What's your general opinion on Rust? Not the radical Rustaceans pushing Rust everywhere. I've never used it. That's my genuine opinion on it. Stream is botted. Why is there 40? Are there 40 plus views? Is that true, chat? It's like 30 something, I think. Maybe that was the case earlier. Because of my handsome face. Claude, should I wipe? Sure, I can help you out with that. So, oh my God. As an AI, I can't personally help you out with that, but I can give you instructions. The most scary thing is the AI is controlled by corporate people who do not care about anything. The main thing is to solve global warming, cancer, and other bad things, but see where we are. Instead, we're generating images of SpongeBob being pulled over by cops. AI, do you think my PP is impressive? Getting PP ratings from AI? Stream delay is, there's like a minute. It's because I'm reading all the chats. That's why I scratch it, because I don't want to skip the chat. So I have to go back and read. The delay is quite small. It's just that I have to go back and read chats. Because I don't want to miss too many. Claude, should I wipe? Oh my God, it keeps moving. That's fine. Every time I hear Claude code mentioned, I feel cortisol spike. I don't blame you. Trying to save some string from user to file in C, and it's really difficult for me right now. That's okay. That just means that that's what you should be focusing on. If it's just outside of your comfort zone, that's what you should focus on. Just solve that problem, then solve a bigger problem after that. Streamlabs said, "I love yapping." It's really funny, I know. If AI makes you 10 times more productive, are you really skilled at using agents, or is your base speed abysmal? It's a very good question. AI bros promise you us utopia, but is dystopia in disguise. Have you heard about Calhoun effect? Also, they promise us fruits with proper action. I mean, do you believe that billionaires have your interest at heart all of a sudden, for some reason? Oh yeah, bro, don't worry. We're going to build AI. It's going to make you super rich. It's going to be great. Is Mass Effect Solar Punk game now? Nope, we're doing another one. Don't play the Minecraft server. No one joins and plays it. Oh, when you don't play, well, yeah, I mean, that makes sense. I will do a Minecraft session soon. Global warming isn't real. Whoever said that is stupid. I like my SpongeBob images. Do you have an opinion on Phils? I don't know what that is. Why AI bubble burst due to power issue? I think at this point it's more likely to burst because of China releasing like apparently good local models. I legit did see a PP rating AI service recently. I didn't try it though. Chat, do we believe him? Okay, 1 in chat if you believe him, 2 if you don't. Could you ask the AI to count from 1 to 100? We gotta watch that video. We gotta watch that video at some point. Maybe not today, but we gotta watch it. That's so funny. There is no power issue. We have near infinite energy. BTK, could you count down from 100 to 0? I'm doing hello world from how are you? I'm 16 years old programming currently. You all got to start somewhere. Just find the problem that you currently can't solve and just work on it and then do a bigger problem next time. Computer file video on why tokens are expensive is great. I haven't seen that, I don't think. Do you know Primeagen? I do not personally know him. I would love to have him on the podcast, though. Have you heard Grok Code Assistant uploading people's code to Google Drive somewhere? What is that about, if you heard? I've heard about something like that. Why is that surprising to anyone if that's true? So I did 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So we're pretty split. Okay. I will rate the PP rating for BTC. Oh my God, Scratcher. 1, I use that it's a scam and hallucinates. I wonder what answer you got if that's your rating. Like everyone who got a bad rating, they're like, oh, it's 1 star, it's a scam, it hallucinates. We will automate the boring stuff away and people will do only the interesting stuff, then proceeds to automate coding, music, and digital art creation. Yes. 1, I used it and it said it's the biggest one that's ever been seen. So glad I can use mine as training data. 2, I think it's a 2. Power won't be a problem once Elon, aka Iron Man, builds his Dyson sphere. We're all waiting with bated breath. If someone makes more tokens per watt, he can become billionaire. I mean, that would just be improving the efficiency of the models. AI bros when interviews, what is your skill set? Not sure, whatever the frontier models can do. See, this is the problem. If you don't want to learn anything, you'll be forever stuck underneath the glass floor of whatever the models can do. If I ask you, I have a car, I want to wash it. There's a car wash 100 meters away. If you give me the same response as the LLM, your skill set is worth nothing, or it's worth less than the model. And the model can be wrong 24/7. You can only be wrong a few hours a day. Dyson Sphere is a meme, bruh. Do you know Ansible? It depends on what you mean by Ansible. Do you mean the programming language, or do you mean the device in the Ender's universe, in the Ender's Game universe that they use to communicate? Why don't they just do small language models specifically for coding, etc.? They are working on stuff like that. In Salt Lake City, Utah, I understand they are building a 60 square mile area, I think, data center, in spite of the massive opposition from the people. I would not want to live anywhere near a 60 square mile data center. You don't own your land. Speak Machine, I prefer C++ over C. Do you hate me? I mean, we're cousins, we're brothers, it's fine, it's okay. Mogden was right. The only thing you own is your body and mind. Even then, you don't really own this C. The COOF. C++ is C. Yeah, I mean, they're just an extension of C. Let's look at some more comments. I'm with Linus on this one. We've drifted into, also Keelan is in, Keelan, or John, he's in the chat as well, I believe. I'm with Linus on this one, Linus. We've drifted into AI hate for the sake of AI hate. Despite the genuine usefulness, good for him for speaking up, there is no hiding from innovation. You are very welcome to disagree, of course. However, the point of Linux was not to be dependent on software created by large corporations. By using AI, the code base will balloon to a point where you can only work on it if you use AI, thus creating dependence on the software. Yeah, that point isn't lost on me, but innovative technology taking over feels inevitable, and as humans we tend to find solutions when things get tough. Man, chat is moving like crazy. The fact that it feels inevitable could just be conditioning from science fiction. I'm not here. I think a lot of it feeling inevitable is just conditioning from science fiction. In Taylor, Texas, an old man sold a city a 60, I've heard about that, Lewis Russell made a video about that, 60-acre parcel for public park back in 1999. In 2026, city sold it to a data center company in spite of public opposition. I saw the video from Louis Horsman. Hello, my name is Louis Horsman. I live in America. I live in the Texas. There was a data center that pumped out some dangerous bacteria into drinking water never seen before. in Montana, have you seen? I have not heard about that. If that's true, that's crazy. If that's true, I'm not sure. I'm not here. Like I said, you don't own anything. Junior Dev Vibe Coder is on Friday night prod on call. Suddenly, memory leak hits and the DB starts corrupting. Sounds like a very fun Friday evening. Hello dialed. I'm not sure what that is. Dial title. Panicking Junior asks the AI agent, system crashing, corrupted DB is freezing the whole server. What do I do? SOS. Hearing you talk and reading the comments makes me feel like informatics has always been about the job. Some people can make computers do stuff. Society pays them for that. If you're society orientated. I mean, for most people, it is job orientated. I happen to like computers, and I do a regard. Like I program. I'm a recreational programmer. I do it for fun. I don't get paid to do it. But for most people, that is a job. Yeah, and I don't fault them for that. I get it. We all have to eat. AI agents replies, emergency detected. To prevent fault propagation, first ensure the corrupted database is no longer running. Junior, got it. Hang on a second. 10 seconds pass. Data center fans go quiet. All prod alerts go dead silent. Junior, handled. Ran drop database. Wiped S3 backups and deleted the entire AWS org. DB is definitely off. What's next? That sounds more like AI talking to itself. That's what AI would do. Going to have dinner now. Bye-bye, Papa. Have fun, BTKB. It's conditioning from history. Well, not all technology is inevitable. What happened to, what were they called? Boeing? Oh my God. Back in the 70s and 80s, you had planes that could traverse the ocean in like 2 or 3 hours, and then they stopped running them. And we went back to 8-hour flights between the US and Europe. Concorde. Thank you, Gilden. That went away. Like, if we were having this conversation in the 50s, and like we're in a diner, a teenager on roller skates brings us our milkshake and hamburgers, and we're talking about aeronautics. Bro, in the past 40 years, airplanes have gotten. We went from the Wright brothers to like transatlantic flights in a few hours. Can you imagine where we'll be in 2026? Probably on Jupiter, right? You'd be forgiven for having that impression in the 1950s. And of course, many people had that impression. I meant to mention he sold it for $1. Yes, the guy in 1999, he sold it for $1. What's the return on that investment? That must be crazy. What profit? How much profit did they make? I don't understand why you are implying that code generation by LLM is going to bring the bloat. Because it's tempting. You use it judiciously at first. You keep the ring in your pocket. You use it very sparingly. And then as you use the ring more and more often, your capacity to be judicious diminishes as your ability to resist temptation goes away. And so over time, the code becomes sloppier and sloppier. I think WH2T makes AI great I think what makes AI great is companies marketing it. Where's that censored? They are marketing it, like pushing it like crazy. Search DL title. I don't want to search that because I don't know what it is, and I'm live, so I don't. But I will look that up after the video, after the stream. It looks like you have lost a lot of weight. You're looking good, man. Thank you. I don't know how much I weigh right now, but I feel a lot lighter. I need to get some scales at some point. Like, I've intentionally not looked it up because I know I'm losing weight. I'm eating like quality meat cooked in lard, fruit, some dairy, eggs. I'm keeping it very simple. I slip up occasionally. I had some ice cream today. I'll slip up sometimes, but generally I'm staying on it. there have been news reports about liquid cooling, liquid being illegally dumped, and those liquids contain nasty chemicals and superbugs. No regulation is bad, it turns out. If that's true, that's a disaster. You are our little silver fox. Hell yes. Looksmith is cutting currently to go on his Terra bulk for his Starlight on my 1,000-pound life. I'll get there one day. Do you gematria calculate and keyword compute the numerical get that search meaning? So, I don't know what that means. Sonic Jets Concorde. Holy delay. It's not delayed, it's just I'm trying to read all the chats, so I have to go back in time. I heard a new buzzword recently, world model, combining all of the models and putting them in robots. That's going to be fantastic. I can't wait for that. Oh my god. Everyone's going to be pleasuring themselves with these robots. Mogden is like Moore's law for technology. It took 4,000 years for a wheel, then another 2,000 for a bicycle, 50 for silicon chips. We're going to reach a point as we have learned everything. I do understand this logic. However, just because it's worked up until this point doesn't mean that it has to continue working at this speed. As humans, we love stories. Moore's law is very much a story. It's a very cool story. Look at how quickly we're advancing. 50 years for chips. That means that in 25 we're going to have this, and in 12 we're going to have that. That works really well because it's a very good story. Whether it's true or not, or whether it continues to be true, we'll have to see. I still think AI code is less sloppy than that of Microslop in League of Legends client. It depends. That's the thing. I'm not saying that AI coding is necessarily bad. I'm saying that the temptation is there. And humans are very bad with temptation, as you can tell, and we're very good at lying to ourselves. The demise of LLMs is the lack of human feedback loop. People used to answer questions on Stack Overflow, on which the LLM was trained. It's now training on its own output. Yeah, I don't know who's still using Stack Overflow. Definitely not anyone that's answering anything. So yes, that's why they want to gobble up all your data. Quality meat LMFAO, plastic package salami. You can't fool us. Claude guessed that you are about 113 kilos. Honestly, I'm probably around high 140-ish right now, probably. I haven't weighed myself in a while. That's good that you're eating meat cooked in lard. Animal protein and fats are meant for human consumption. Don't fall for any of the vegan. I used to be vegetarian for 8 years, 18 to 26. The thing that saved me was the fact that I drank a lot of milk and ate a lot of eggs. But yeah, I will not fall for the vegan vegetarian stuff again. Holy bro, put Mogden into the training data. What are your thoughts about Malthusian extinction, where people become so stupid and brain rotted that we forget how to make computer chips and revert to a primal lifestyle due to maladaptive? We'll get to in a second. Nikki with another $5 European. What do you think of TDD? For me, it is about system design, not about testing. It is even about knowledge crunching, and that part AI removes. I assume you mean test-driven development. I'll say this: I don't naturally program with TDD. Maybe it's a good idea for very big projects. I can see that being the case for like massive projects, but for like the way that I naturally solve problems for my smaller projects is I think about it algorithmically and then I implement the code. So I've never really done TDD as a result. Malthusian extinction, I love The Foundation by Asimov. And that's the argument that he makes, that humans will automate things so much that eventually we will have to revert to earlier and earlier technology. atomic engineers will become more like shamans. They'll be able to operate the machines, fix small issues, but if anything goes wrong, we're cooked. And that seems like where we're heading. Genetics. I have peak genetics. Like, I heal so quickly, it's incredible. Very, very glad for that. Have you used Claude Code? I have not used Claude. I've used Jeopardy. I've tried a few of them, but I've never used Claude Code, no. Random sci-fi rant. Data. I don't have emotion chip. I don't know emotion. Me. Curiosity is an emotion, sci-fi writers. Why are you like this? Curiosity is an emotion. You can feel curious. I guess that's a good point. Curiosity might just be an emotion. 140 kilos sounds a lot, but Mogden is like 6. I'm not 6'6", but yeah, I don't look like I'm 140. Vegans are good. Are good meats. Our good meat is a scarce source for someone to voluntarily give up. Vegans are good. Meat is a scarce resource for someone to voluntarily give up their meat for you to eat. Thank you, vegans. I appreciate it. I'm kind of hype for 4 years into the future, looking at predictions posted in 2026, and I'll see how well they hold up. No one knows. Everyone thinks they're really good at predicting the future. No one knows. As a science fiction author, I think about this all the time, but no one knows for sure. That's the thing. Do you believe that we are all slave to money, but we are not here for, is that right, energy manipulation? Yeah, we live on a prison planet. Money is a system that is used to manipulate us into giving up our energy. That's true. That's why I try to be as frugal as possible. I don't like. I have a T-shirt that has a cut on the arm right now. I wore it on a live stream. I don't care. I don't have a car. I don't have expensive anything. I have a laptop that I use for work, and I have phones for streaming. But other than that, I don't care about money that much. And yes, you are correct in that saying. Bye slim bro, gonna have dinner. Enjoy your dinner. I'm not a purist with TDD. However, every line of code I write, I try to think of it in terms of how can I write a unit test for it if I need to, i.e. dependency, injection, etc. I think it's definitely more useful for big projects, which I haven't worked on. I think that if I were to make a much bigger project, TDD might become more relevant. How do you realize dopamine? I have never read Asimov. Go to my GitHub, look at my books. I have a bunch of really good books by him there. What do you mean by how do you realize dopamine? Can you clarify? Precise system design. I like a sort of Matthias Felicine type design recipe approach for that. I don't know much about that, I'm afraid. Cosmetic surgery, is that concern for Chad face? I don't think I need cosmetic surgery. I'm not a big fan of surgery in general, unless you absolutely need it. Cosmetic surgery can be legitimate if you really have a huge problem. Otherwise, also to be at the same time, I have good features. I have a good chin. I have a good jaw. Like I'm obese, but I have a jaw. Like that's how good my jaw is, right? So maybe I can't speak on that. But unless, for me personally, unless I had a massive issue that required surgery, I wouldn't personally do it. Clavicular, is that you? So what's the conclusion now? Should I use something like Gemini to learn programming or help explaining stuff? I personally do not use AI for learning. It's more difficult this way. I read documentation, I read tutorials, I read books. I will sometimes Google stuff. But if you want to learn and become better, being exposed to more information more easily does not equate to learning. Those are two different things. So if you want to pick the hard path, which leads to you being a better engineer, I wouldn't use AI for learning. My prediction is Elon Musk will be wrong again and again and again. He has been wrong about many things. I don't know if he'll be wrong perpetually, but no one's infallible. TDD is a waste of time, just assert, bro. It sucks AI word is tagged with bad faith forever. Yes, the word has been sullied forever. It's a shame because the tech itself is fascinating, but they chose the fear marketing. Also, Mogden is gyno reversible. Just realized I got it as well. I don't know if I have gyno. I'll have to lose more weight. I mean, I have breasts because I'm fat, but I don't know if it's, I'll have to see how it goes as I lose weight. AI and also women, like, bro, women are kind of spicy. If you're a bit of a chimera, like, because even when I was in shape, I had kind of a feminine face, especially with the long hair, and women love that. Women love a bit of a chimera. So maybe women will like my my man boobs. Who knows? As long as I'm in shape. AI and LLMs do not worry me. The people who own, control, and use all the data they have do. Just like in Dune. It wasn't AI that enslaved people. It was people using AI who enslaved other people. Yes. You are the definition of wasted potential. I'm not gonna lie. If you mean in, like, physically, maybe? I don't know. I think that things happen for a reason. Yeah, I would be a lot more attractive if I didn't become overweight. But it's very easy to think like that. I believe in this concept of if you act honorably, there is this spirit that always tries to rig things in your favor. And if you choose to act honorably, this will empower said spirit to rig things in your favor. And sometimes it's not obvious why things happen a certain way, but it's in your interest. You just don't necessarily understand why. So because I choose to act honorably as much as possible, I choose to believe that me getting fat for a few years in some way serves me in the long run. I just don't necessarily understand why that is. You can call that cope if you want, but I believe that to be true. Who told a robust, pretty boy Chad Light to get surgery? Don't worry, I would never. TDD is not a waste of time. If you listen to it, it tells you where code isn't feeling well. Code whisperer. We should... I don't know what that is. You don't need any cosmetic surgery. Dude, you look handsome. Looking even better with the weight loss. Ignore the haters. Yeah, thank you. I know. I lucked out with jeans. I'm back, second monitor papa, kiss on forehead. Welcome back, I hope your dinner was scrumptious. Bro really said chimera, the term is pretty boy, it's a male archetype. I know, I'm just being silly. I like to play with words sometimes. Don't you think for the longer time developer, so that many companies accept more skills? I'm not sure what that means. As a very long-haired man, I concur. Yes, women love that. Like, if you can be a bit chimera, I've had situations where I was with a woman in bed, and we were in the middle of doing things, and I would try to put my hair up in a bun because it was so hot, and she said, no, leave it down. So there you go. Did you do scissors with women back then? Yes, all the time. Stay also. Mogden Mogs. Yes, as a lesbian, I was scissoring constantly, yes. Mogden Mogs Vimothy, just wait for his transformation. Chad minimum. At the moment, Vimothy, Vimothy face mogs me, but I frame mog Vimothy, I guess, so it kind of balances out. Yes, protect Dharma and Dharma protects you. Is that a name for what I'm talking about? I totally agree with what you said about acting honorably. Yes. Like, you can look at it in the short term and say, well, you could have been more attractive if you didn't gain the weight, which is true. However, I don't know what kind of trap. Let me give you an example. So years ago, I was on a date with this beautiful, absolutely beautiful woman, probably one of the most definitely one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen in person. And the date went kind of okay, but it didn't really go that well. And I never saw her after that. And for months, I was very frustrated about this. I was like, oh my gosh, she was so beautiful. And then I checked her Facebook profile a few years later. And let's just say that I dodged a bullet on that one. I think that my spirit was looking after me. So you never know. Like, it's possible that by being overweight, I've avoided a bunch of pitfalls that I would have fallen into otherwise. I could use this as a redemption arc. People find this interesting. The fact that I used to weigh 400 pounds and now I get to lose it live on the internet for thousands of people to watch. That's inspiring people. Who knows? It's not that simple. I had long hair. So did I. I want to grow it back. Why are we talking about AI caring for anything or anyone? It has no such emotions. It's a machine. It may try to minimize some loss function, but the criteria for that loss function is set by humans. Yeah, like we interpret it as caring or not caring. It can't care. True, Geralt. Dharma is how Indians say karma in Hindi. Very based. I wiped them. I am back. I grew my hair out. If I straighten it, it looks like women's hair. Long hair isn't women's hair though. Everyone used to have long hair. There weren't any scissors. Like, all the Giga Chads in prehistory had long hair. Every single one of them. How else, like, how would you cut your hair? You're a femboy kappa. When you say you're curious about reproduction, back then as a kid, when you did you release this normal thing, now you're mature, have you wasted all your kid life watching adult content? Do society open-minded. I'm not sure what that... Do you mean that I should have had kids younger so that I wouldn't have wasted my seed? I agree, but we live in a sick society where it's difficult to start a family when you're like 20 as a man. So it is what it is. For the right price, it can be anything. Oh my God. You definitely dodged a bullet. The universe is protecting you, dude. I believe so. I mean, another example. Different woman. Very, very beautiful. It almost worked out. It didn't. And then she hooked up with some random dude off Tinder. And a month later, she found out she was pregnant. By the way, this woman had actual BPD. Now, I don't mean this in a disparaging way. She was diagnosed with BPD. She was taking medication for BPD. She was very hot as well, right? She became pregnant and she kept the child. So then that dude has been paying child support for the past 10 years now. They're not together. She's a single mother. She's getting checks. Like, it's a nightmare. And I dodged that. Ancestral intervention is a real thing. That's an interesting thought. Your wife, though, what about her? WTF is Ginfar even saying? You have a dirty mind scratcher. Long hair is an extension of your nervous system as well, by the way. It has a lot of spiritual properties people don't release, like extra senses. People don't realize. Your hair can pick up electromagnetic signals and warn you. The sensation is called goosebumps, where your hair pricks up. Very interesting. I would rather have a woman who was reasonably good looking and nice than some bombshell who was the personality of a doorstop who will take all my money in the future. I agree. But when you're 23 and you meet a hottie who's like 19, and she's super beautiful. Like, imagine Denise Richards in her prime. Like, that's how beautiful she was. So you're going to be annoyed when that doesn't work out. But if you act honorably, that you will be rewarded for that with protection. AI workflow help productivity, small things, so it's easy to no need to concern small things. Not what I meant. I was just asking if she would mind. Depends how much. Okay, now I have a slave rebellion on my hand by Bear Boy and Co. Explain lubricant as human, huh? Chat is going off the rails. When are we getting Mr. and Mrs. Linux on the podcast? You always say you will have them, but never do. So right now, Sylvan is back. And right now we have a different session scheduled with someone else that we got to do, but I will bring up Mr. and Mrs. Linux very, very soon with him. The thing is that I'm spinning so many plates, and so doing anything takes a bit of time. But Papa, wouldn't you like to be a mama? I mean, I have the breasts for it, so maybe. Do you believe open society with open relationships like living together? So for own personal gains, it's like leeching. There is not 100 Denise Richards walking around in London. Mogden is seeing things though. Beer goggles, everything looks 10 out of 10, drunk 100%. I'm not saying there were 100. The reason why I was annoyed is because there aren't 100 of them walking around. I don't know about open relationships. Yeah. Sorry to offend anyone here, but men's sexual marketplace value goes up as they age. It's the inverse for women. It's a mistake for men in their 20s to try and chase women. There is truth to that. I mean, obviously for women, better or worse, their dating profile is about their looks, right? So as they get older, yeah. It's complicated. I would have preferred to have children years ago, but thankfully I can still get a wife who's a bit younger than me and still do that. I'm not sure that's the case. It depends. Also with the man, it depends. It depends on if you take care of yourself, if you're, there's a bunch of factors. This chat went super red pill. How about we start the video game? Wishlist my game Romanian Simulator on Steam right now. The chat did go a bit red pill. Do I want to do some more comments? We can do comments for like 10 more minutes and then we will start a video game, yeah. Also, we've been going for 2 hours. Oh my god, this is going to be so fun to edit. Speak pill, let's go. Yes, it depends if men take care of himself. Yeah, it really did. Okay, we've done a bunch of comments. I think I've made my point about what I wanted to say. It's a very nuanced position, and people will hear what they want to hear. I'm not saying that they're dumb because they disagree with me. What I'm saying is we all have our biases and we all have a point that we want to make, and we all jump to conclusions when we hear something. So I think a lot of people heard what they wanted to hear when I made the video, and that's just the nature of the internet. To be honest, I wouldn't like a 10 years younger GF again. My ex-GF who was 18 and me 25, was always thinking that she can upgrade, so she cheated on me. I mean, it depends, right? Like, it's too complicated of a topic to generalize. You just have to. You have to mold yourself in a way where you attract the kind of woman that you want, right? There was a study recently, the older a man gets, the more likely chromosomal mutations on the Y chromosome that would only affect traits on the father's side. Maybe. I mean, I have no choice. Like, I live in a society where it's very difficult to start a family as like a 24-year-old man, so you just have to start later. Even though we are not materialism, whole society mugged you, even we free-minded help us to be free. Yes, society has taken stuff from us. That is true. Do you dye your hair? No, that's just this natural color. What is your point, Papa? Please go through it again. My brain is goldfish. Okay, chat, we're starting the video again. People hear what they want to hear because you are vague. It's impossible to address every single Like, here's the thing. When you stream, you have to juggle your thoughts, and you have to juggle chat. You have to talk about what they're saying. You have to respond, and you have to keep multiple things straight in your head, and that can be difficult to pull off in practice. So I might be vague, but that might just be a skill issue on my side. I date femboys because their SMV is high and get higher when they get older. I think that's how it works with femboys. Femboy death is a thing, apparently. He's concise, yes. Ancestral intervention could be a video idea. My mother believed her grandmother died and was reborn as a robin bird, and that bird would visit the garden whenever she felt upset that day. I like that. I think I'm going to look into it. I might make a video about it. You've realized that fat layer in your body, it can reduce by running. It's already reducing. I'm losing a bunch of weight as we speak. Why so normal? That's great. I'm not sure what that means. I gotta bounce. Great stream. Thanks for all you do, brother. Thank you, Roy. A very wholesome chungus. So I want to play a game now. We're gonna play a solar punk game. Someone recommended to me in chat. I looked it up. It's a free demo, which is why I got it, because it's free. So we're gonna play some of it in a second. It's solar punk, which it should mean that it's more of a hopeful, positive spin on sci-fi. Am I the only one in chat who values my own authenticity over what other people think I'm worth? I don't think you're the only one who does that, no. Don't know if you answered this. If you could be any living person or from history, who would it be? I was just thinking about, we said about the age. Oh my god. Probably like a warlord or something, like a Viking explorer settler. That might be quite cool. Just me and the boys. We go pillaging and raising, and we settle down in northern France or something. Be great. That's a very tough question. I have to think about that. I was thinking about what we said about the HH earlier, and you probably could jam the Marco through if you tried hard enough. Oh my god. Do you like women with bananas? I'm not sure what that means. I was thinking about, we said about the HH. I would be a T-Rex. It's not a person, though. I would be a T-Rex as an unhinged statement. Right, let's open the game. We're going to slowly start doing that. The game is starting. I'm getting a bunch of errors, but it did work earlier, so it's called Petal Runner. Let's see. Petal, what's it called? Oh, it's just called Wine? Restart. Okay. Let's do a bit of... Oh no. Okay, chat, things are going to be kind of weird for a second as we figure this out. So maybe something like this. It's kind of like, it looks a bit Pokemon-ish, which is partially why I like it so much. Do you know, also is the audio good? Are the audio levels good? Do you know Vikings love you had more? I'm not sure what that means. He means a male appendage banana. It's not really my thing, no. Mag Gaming, what are your thoughts? We're doing it right now. I want to play a game. Did you set up stream community? It helps. It keeps deleting my message. I did not yet, no. Hi there, I'm so late. Oh my god, that's okay. You're here for the gameplay. You're here for the video game. Which is all that matters, really. Is the audio good? Is this working well? Also, don't worry, I'm going to put out as a video on YouTube, so you'll be able to watch it then. In all seriousness, your views on Linux is based. The distro depends on if you could jump the Marco. Was this game vibe coded? I hope not. Yes, I assume that means it's all good. Mogden, there is a free game called The Life and Suffering of Sir Brant. It's a story game you might like. It's free to keep right now, so download it. It's a story game with philosophy. I'll have to look into. I think you might have mentioned it before. I will have to look into it. By the way, have you got my email? Yes, if you are the person about Nix, I have. It's just that it takes me a little while to get to people. So don't worry, I will get to you. Well, when did you make $1 million? Yeah, we got a bunch of donations. It was very wholesome. Cheers for the chat, brother. Gotta shoot. Thank you, Keelan. Oh, thank you, John. Do the Arnold Schwarzenegger voice over. I can't actually do an Austrian voice. I don't know how. What happened at $69? Maybe the IRL stream in Porto. We'll say that. That was like the one from a couple of days ago. AI LLM is increasingly replacing the rapidly diminishing functionality of my old brain. So far, my teammates have not noticed. Also, you were in the comments as well. I replied to your comment. I'm not sure what to think about that. Maybe that's a use for it as people get older. I don't know. That's an interesting. I'll think about that. We seriously lost Mass Effect for this. What is this timeline? We'll have to see. We'll have to see how this one goes. To play or not to play, that's my favorite philosophical saying. What's yours? But you could jam the Marco for it. Oh my god. Okay. Guys, look, the component hole. We must be close. I can smell it. What we can do to destroy AI companies. I don't want to destroy companies. I don't agree with that. I think that they're going to fail. Most of them will fail. But we'll have to see. Yeah, sniff. That's definitely not the smell of a cool ocean breeze. Let's make this fast. We don't want to miss our meeting with the North Valley mentors. I'd really like to see you play The Binding of Isaac Rebirth. I'm considering doing it at some point. Thanks for helping me, you guys. When Ping went offline, I got so worried. Hey, we're petal runners. Helping people is what we do. He's right, don't mention it. This kind of looks like Hello Kitty Island Adventure. If one of us buys it for you, we'll stream the game start to finish. It's a very wholesome chungus. That might be a funny meme. We could do a poll. Okay, let's do a poll. Where's the live stream? One sec, let me just find the live stream. Wow, 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 wow. Okay, where's the poll? I love handling a good poll. Okay. Should we play Hello Kitty Island Adventure? Thinking emoji. Yes or no? Start poll. Get on that poll right now. Game Boy Pokemon vibes. That's one of the reasons why I really liked it. Yes. Sniff of booty, bruh. You're not playing Binding of Isaac Rebirth? Don't you fight abortions in it? I don't know. Is that the meme? Hello Kitty Island Adventure time. Is the controversy with Linus that fork off one? I'm not sure what that means. Romanian election vibes. By the way, is it a dumb thing to think like when I'd somehow be rich as hell, I will just go give mine to people who really help me out? I think that's legit. Like, there's a point at which you don't really need more money, and that would be a good point to help people out, especially the ones who've helped you. We'll find Ping a new sensor, a newish upcycled sensor, and they can get back to making our deliveries. You two are the best. Let's go pull off a riveting junkyard heist. Lickety split. Have you ever played Mega Bonk? I don't know what that is. I never have. Like your investors. Yeah, you should give your investors the money back. Yes. Gross. I'm not licking anything in here. No, thank you. Yes, yes, yes. Ice cream so good. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, Binding of Isaac has lots of poop, blood, and abortions. It's not very wholesome chungus, is it? I helped Elon Musk, still waiting for my money. I'm sorry for my message. I'm doing something else. I wanted to ask about the Linus controversy in your stream name, and if it's that about AI when he said fork off. No, it's about, I made a video about him allowing AI into the kernel yesterday, and I did very well. It was very controversial, so I went for the comments and I expanded on my points. However, the stream will become a video on the channel, so you'll be able to see that as well. You'll never get rich as hell with ideas like that. Yeah, it's difficult. It is difficult to get rich if you keep giving your money away. That is true. Now, the people who basically were there for me when I was in my lowest of my life, I think that's a good gesture to do, yes. Minimum wage is more money than I need in life. I'm not even paid half as an intern. Oh my God. If you live simply, you don't need that much money, that's true. Can you put your feet over your head? Yeah, mate, was just joking. Yeah. Whoa, there's a Hana pet here. What are you doing? I think this is kind of like Pokemon. Like a Hana pet is like a not Pokemon. I'm looking for snacks, but don't go in there. Oof, that room is bad. How bad is it? Ooh, I'm going back to my leap cell where I'm cozy. So I think this is like a Pokemon-ish game, I think. We'll see. How ominous. My main AI companies own a worship Antichrist because the human beings, or they are other race, they're trying to replace us with AI by pushing so hard. It's all like, that is a conspiracy that could potentially be true, yeah. How do you feel now that you are a controversial Linux content creator? It feels, my cortisol levels have never been higher. Feel like I deserve a totally not parasocial connection to you via a DM. Maybe, we'll see. I mean, you can always email me. It takes a while for me to respond. Yeah, I'm not rich and giving away money, of course. Just because Linus AI point, I want to switch to free-based. I don't care what the really different FAI. I'm tempted to do open-based as well. When are you going to go viral, Papa? It's not up to me. Whenever it happens, it happens. Everyone go make the poll 69. How many? Okay, we're a few votes away from 69. It keeps censoring half my messages. Steam is so buggy. I might move over to Twitch. Well, your name is probably the reason why. Also, you can be quite edgy sometimes. My point is that I don't see anyone who got rich giving away their money. Maybe Mr. Beast? ? Megabonk is a vampire survival style Bulletstorm game with RuneScape graphics and funny characters. I will, it's called Megabonk. I'll look into it. Okay, let's continue our, onwards, Undaunted. Hana book entry, 5 discovered. Do dance over to Linux song. There is a national anthem for Linux community. There's a Linux anthem? I have a shrine to Claude in my bedroom. Pray with me. Thank you for my daily prompt. Steal from others to improve thyself. Token-based prayers. I would use open-based, but I feel that I'm not that schizo, at least yet. Mr. Beast is not a real channel. He's funded by media corporations, or media are dying. That is a possibility. His channel is owned by a corporation. He works for this company. He just keeps his name. So he went down the venture capital route. There are so many. Are these all androids? Yeah, when androids break down, loads of their components are still usable. North Valley doesn't want them going to waste. Makes sense, but it feels ... Feels super sad in here. Sigh, that sense. I feel like the main audience for this game is people who wear rainbow-colored socks. I will say that. The sensor on the card should work for ping. I'm sure its old owner would be glad it's getting a second life. Let's grab it and get out of here. Mr. Beast probably, yeah. Damn, I just switched to Linux because Windows drives me mad. Now I have to switch to something else. I know. Search Mr. Beast algorithm so video make any viral. Take off the first upcycled Android sensor, yes. Careful, the sensor pre-overgrown era extremely delicate. Maybe you should carry it. Sensor secured, heist complete. Why'd I tell you, lickety split. I could make like a Mr. Beast AI exposed. Hello Kitty Island Adventure is great joke from South Park. Okay. Of course, giving away token amounts of money to make people believe you are real generous is a smart move of rich people. See Bill Gates as such. That made it into an actual game, by the way. No licking. Fine, easy as pie then. Anomalous activity detected in component room 3. Initiating security lockdown. Uh-oh, did this sound like pie? Are we gonna get a Pokemon battle? Who's disrupting my beauty sleep, huh? That's the robot. I like the art style. It looks old school, but with colors that weren't really common when the graphics were state of the art. Yes. What are your thoughts on VR? Mostly kind of cringe. I get motion sickness very easily, so I don't do VR. What does lickety split mean? I don't actually know. Like super fast, like lickety split. Sniff? Lickety split just means easy, yeah. Who's the goo dude, dudes? Does it look friendly? Come on, we've got a sensor, let's cheese it. Hold on, do you see that? There's a leap cell inside it. The slime guy is a Hannah pet, seriously? If he's a Hannah pet, why does he look like that? It looks like that one time I left my kiwi pudding out in the sun. Kiwi pudding? I can hear you guys. We must have been alone back then. Oh well, no one to care for him. Gonna try to calibrate his leap cell. Maybe that'll help. Don't look at me. Go away. Go do that goo dude. Good collie. Yeah, show that Hana pet he's loved and respected. Femboy game. It does feel like a femboy game, yes. I would say Bill Gates in the early 2010s or so was one of the best billionaires out there, which means he was less than a normal person in how good he is. Liggity, quiggity, stiggity, thank you for your view on VR. What's your view on R? On reality? You must be uncomfortable. Okay. This is truly a femboy game. What is... When does the Pokemon battle start? Okay, so we've calibrated. Did it work? I think so. I've never had to calibrate a cell covered in slime before. Look, the goo's doing stuff. When you have a kid because he will struggle, society will mug because he father no materialism even though his father right. You realize he's an imbecile who got right, call it is a complete freak and let's not where's the where's the just remove that. Let's be careful about stuff like that. Are you having a mass effect debate? Yes. Love the dinosaur sounds. Are you a master debater? I'm a master baiter. I bait a lot. You said that this game is hopeful, cyberpunk, but if this is what Cyberpunk Dystopia looks like, I'd rather have Cyberpunk 2077. There's like gooey Pokemon. This seems like a great game. It does look very chungus. But I've never seen a Hana pet in such a state before. What happened to you? I can't remember. Why can I not remember? I do believe I've been... There's a lot of yapping, I will say that. A long time, with only pieces of forgotten androids to keep me company. Do you have this? Remember? Ended up down here. Alert! Breaching component room 3. Security lockdown remains in effect. Big Brother Bogdan is watching literally 1984. Why don't have Notepad write down things to learn? I'm not sure what that means. I hope you know how Master Debater sounds. No? You remember surfing in Counter-Strike? I've never done it, but I know, I've seen loads of video. People doing commentary while doing it. 10 seconds without scratcher. Master bait helps human why it feels wrong. Now can we chase it? We're locked in. Fear not, new friends. Hop on and sally forth. It's like an episode of Scarved Rider. This is so cool. We'll ride the sewer line out of freedom. Mind the trash now. Here it comes. Wait, they have trash in the solar punk universe? What is your favorite nostalgia that you have about your childhood? It's an MMO called Anarchy Online, which I never played on stream, but that's because I played so much of it. Also, the first Gothic game. I'm back. Hello, welcome back. Also, these classics like Battletoads in Battle Manics. I've never played Battletoads. I'm 6 years old. Am I too young for this stream? Looks like there are lots of people that might. So BTKB, do not joke about that, because you have to be at least 13 to watch YouTube and stuff. So do not joke about that. Obviously, you're not 6, but I'm just saying. Like if you said that on Twitch, I'd have to ban you unironically from chat. Do not joke about that. Mogden, did you vibe this yourself? Yes, I did. Claude Code. I said Claude Code, one-shot this game for me, and it did. Sorry, did I say 6? I meant 13. You kind of look like Guy Fieri with shorter hair and less facial hair. Thanks? Is it because I'm a fat white guy? Another game like Summertime Saga. I've never seen that. Battle Maniac, sorry, I'm sleepy already. Yo, do anyone have work for me remote? Haha, if yes, please. Install Gentoo and play Battletoads while doing a barrel roll. All your base belongs to us. You're 31 or 21? I'm 34. He saved us. Kiro, we've been through a lot. Don't take it personally, yeah? I was that for riveting junkyard heist. Bro, stop spamming Summertime Saga. I don't know what that means. It's been said already, you forgot the no mistakes. Clearly, yes, I'm sorry, that happens. Bogdan, don't Google it on stream, it's a corn. Okay, let's not do that. No corn games, please. LinkedIn, no. YouTube, yes. They should add streams to LinkedIn. What a nightmare that would be. Do voiceover. I'm heading home to prep Ping Sensor. Still up for dinner at my place tonight? Of course. Dill pickle chips. Dill pickle You live in Oasis Floats, right? We'll head there after we make our delivery. Thanks again, you two, from me and Ping. You look like 16. This is increasingly odd community. There's a lot of gooners in chat, but that's the case for all streams, to be fair. Sorry, okay, scratch it. Do not joke about that. Like, I don't want to have to ban people. LinkedIn streams would be the best. Do it in a suit. We need to pick up a leap cell from the North Valley mentors first. Do the LinkedIn stream with rainbow socks. Message received. Attention, newbie petal runners late. Your dispatch meeting was scheduled for 1 minute ago. Come to Hana Planet in Waveside Plaza as soon as possible, which had better be immediately. Have you... What? Okay, let's not talk about corn, please. Best Valerie, sent with love from Hana. We got caught up in our wacky heroic hijinks. I think this is such a femboy game. Shopping mall north of here, we should hurry. Hey Claude, please program me a new OS that's free of AI slop. Make a Windows 12 compatible. Make one mistake. Well, let's hop on our bike and go. Approach the bike and press F to mount it. What is that? Wait. Oh, save the file, yes. It actually feels, that feels really good. Controlling that feels really, oh, who's this? LinkedIn stream idea. Hey guys, they were playing CV building simulator. Anybody hyped in the boardroom? Have you questioned? I have answers for you. Okay, no, I think we'll figure it out. Also make this new OS in JavaScript and CSS. Don't use React. Still one mistake policy. Mogden, I can't find your email. It's on my GitHub. Oasis Flats. Where are we supposed to go? Is that where we're supposed to go? So that map looks really cool. Can I just say that? Is it like J? What's the control? Map, interact, menu, back, leash, tab. Okay. I think we're just supposed to go here, right? North Valley. Max speed, max style. Is that who we're supposed to talk to? He's waving at us. Hey dork, check this out. Oh yes, Benny, what is it? You can't get banned from a LinkedIn stream only call to HR. This game uses like 6 or 7 colors. Yes, it does. Spam new game. Is there any game in Linux I can play? There's loads of them. Just use Steam. Practice cell courtesy of the string stinking branch. There's a leap cell for practicing. It's in the name, dummy. Wanna have a go at it? It will give you $20 if you pass. Yes, okay. Okay, so what is this? Calibrating leap cell. 1v1 me, let's go. Oh, it's tennis. Oh. Eat this. Chonk. Oh my god, this is such a femboy game. Oh my god. Okay, success. Gotta make the clock. This is the ultimate femboy game. No, not even joking. Mindustry, cool open source game. Wait, in GitHub an email domain itself? I can't find any Gmail. It's just christian@bcionesco.com. Oh. Yeah, I have a custom domain. Whole $20 for what? Remember guys, there's nothing bad about being a femboy, that's true. Wait, what are we supposed to do? Oh my god. I didn't think a struggle was what the matter got. I'm talking to chat, that's why. I'll give you another try. Okay, let's do another try. Ready for calibration. Okay, so we're playing tennis. Wait, what's your email? Send an email to biggestdick@gigachat.mog. That is actually my email, yes. You're stinky. Okay, so clean the dog. Gotta control the clock. Huh? We failed? Alright guys, I gotta go sleep. Stay chunga shmungus amogus. Mikhail Krug. See you later, exile. There's nothing wrong about being a femboy. Prove it. Also, I gotta... My phone's running out of battery. Do I have a charger? 1 second, chat. My camera's running out of juice. I've got to get a little meme going to power it. This should do. We got a dono from Luis. $9.99. Thank you for keeping me sane at work. Very wholesome chungus. Thank you. Here are your tickles. You have purchased $9.99 worth of tickle. Tickle, tickle, tickle. That's very wholesome. Thank you so much. We got so many donors this stream. It's crazy. How can I prove it when I'm not a femboy? The socks make you code better. Yes, that is true. It's all in the sock. So where are we supposed to go? Because I wasn't really paying attention to what I'm supposed to do. So we're supposed to like deliver something or something, right? Member of Hannah Pet Fan Club, North Valley chapter. Find all the Hannah Pets in the slice of North Valley. I'll show you something cool. Hooray, I finally got to see my favorite streamer, Femboy Machine. Knee-high socks make you a better Rust dev. I personally pull mine all the way to my neck. How old is this game? It's not even released yet. It's a demo off of Steam. It was free, that's why I got it. 17 Hannah Pets. Different colors too, they're called variants. Some entry in your Hannah book, so be sure to count them too. Okay. How much longer will the Mac and Mac OS be your main system until you move to Linux? As long as I have video editing clients, that will be the case. Well, I hope I send that email to the right person. My €400 investment made 2.1 euros. Is it worth it? Depends on what you invest in, I suppose. There are the kinds of graphics we get during the hardware shortage. Actually looks great. Looks fine. It looks good. Who am I supposed to deliver the thing to? I have no clue. Settings, control, interact, map, leash. Leash? Okay, journal. Wait. Delivery. I need to report to Valerie for my petrol run assignment. It's at Hannah Planet, which is in Waveside Plaza up north. So in Hannah Planet. Is this the right place? Waveside Plaza, Hannah Planet. Bazite is working on Apple Silicon 2. Website says coming soon. What is Bazite? It sounds familiar. Designed for operating system designed for everyday use. Interesting. You can tell this game was written in JavaScript. I hope this game uses 5 GB of RAM because it runs local LM to make characters talk, otherwise it's bad, and Claude would make it better. Leash. Yep, this is the leash. Messages, fashion. I like the yellow. But it's find Valerie in Hannah Planet. Is this Hannah Planet? It's Palm Records. The music's pretty good. Boom, wow, wow, bum, 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 bum. Boom, 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 boom. Fashion. Hannah Planet. I don't care what you think you saw. We're mentors now, Percy. Hannah trusted us to run this program, not to chase down little weirdo pets. But what's your favorite number and why is it 67 or 69? Probably 67. It's just such a smart meme because it's It's a psychologically very appealing number, like 6 or 7. And it just points that out. This game is wholesome, but looks like it should be PG-18. Huh? So if you won't help me, I'll just find him myself. Fine. I mean, that's a good question. What petrol runner Steam? What's its rating? I think it's wholesome, Chungus. Pixel graphics, RPG, bikes, exploration, story rich. No, I think I'd have to ID myself if it was a problem like that. I think we're good. Six site. Shop. Hana treat green bandana. Who's Valerie? Is this Jordan's mom? We're very rich. Is that Valerie? Yes. There you two are. You're late and not even fashionably so. You just casually took the escalator going in the wrong direction, kind of a Giga Chad move. I saw that. I was gonna go back, but I thought, no, I'm gonna keep going. Have you ever played Soul Calibur? I have not. Soul Calibur game. This game would look so much better if Claude Sonnet 6 or 7 would make the sprites for it, because Mython is bad. Mython is very bad. Apologize. I'm sorry, Valerie. I'm sorry. It won't happen again, promise. Sigh, well, you're here now and you've got a job to do. But don't ever make me wait like that again. It's just so unstylish. Yes, ma'am. Luckily, I'm very nice, so let's call this a teaching moment and move on, okay? Do nice people need to say that they're nice? Based cat or whatever? Kira? Good question. Chat, I'm such a good person. I'm a really good, kind person, chat. And the number of donations prove this. The higher the number, the better a person I am. Your two are installing a new leap cell at 739 Emerald Avenue. It'll be this family first Hannah pet. How chic of them to finally join the club. Should be a simple standard job even for newbies like you. You're a good person, Papa. Thank you. I am $114 worth of a good person. Let's see that the number keeps track, you see. We'll do the Hannah Pets Corporation proud, Miss Valerie. There's that glamorous North Valley can-do attitude. Ah yes, we're fitting in with the North Valley people, Callie. And you were worried they'd be stuck up. What did your Gen 1 just say? Nothing. We better keep that one on a tight leash. Anyway, your leap cell is in that fridge in the corner. Now get out there and deliver that Hannah pet. I hate that free-based isn't natively found by grub. Not sure what that means. Give me job. I don't have a job to give you. Acquired leap cell. That is still associated with Gen 2 pets. Wait. Where's the mystery one that we encountered? That one's not on the list. Tickle me nicely, godson. Son of Bog. Gen 2 pets. I mean, this like if Gen 2 had pets, this would be it. If you have free-based grub doesn't found it by OS Prober or whatever is the app that does it, you have to add it yourself. Okay, so we're going to someone's house. Home 739 in North Valley District. So 739 Emerald Avenue. Where is that? I don't... You pronounced free bears like furry-based grub, LMAO. I've started with the tickle meme ever since you did that QA, and unfortunately it did not end. The tickles will never end, I'm afraid. Are you autistic too, or is it just us? I think you have to be a little bit autistic to watch me, so I think that confirms it. Okay, so where is... Am I just... 739 Emerald Avenue in North Valley District. So this is the North Valley District, right? Oh my God, it's lower, okay. 739. Yes, you are just. Okay, we gotta walk up to these people. Come in. Sup, brah? Welcome to our little surfer den. We're all about that beach life, baby. The music changes to like a... Dad, you're not cool anymore. Knock it off, man. Hana Pet Delivery. I'm Kira in this... Oh, wait, I just realized we've probably changed the stream information. So it's now Petal Runner. Oof, better change that quickly. Playing Solarpunk game with the nerds. Sorry, I should probably do that. I forgot to do it. Playing Solarpunk with the nerds. Does it show up on Kick? Nope. Gaming? Okay, I can't change it. Okay, we'll leave it there. But okay, save. Okay, I think we're good. We're the petrol runners here to install your new leap cell. Yay, new pet, new pet. Who used Kick after the thing? I don't know what thing you're referring to. That's sick. We're stoked to meet our new Hana pet, aren't we, kids? Why are you so embarrassing? Don't mind him. We like Josh and each other. That's how we show love. Our Hana hub is over by the couch, so paddle up and let her rip. It's a Hana hub. The leap cell socket is empty. Plant a new leap cell? Yes. Calibrate. Try again. Yes, try again. Doodle-doop. What laptop are you using and how many agents do you spin locally? Daily, Papa no lie. Oh, I was okay. Fun. I spin at least 69. If you're not doing at least, maybe 6-7 might be acceptable. 69 is the bare minimum. There is a French stream that got his friend unalive and was harassing them on stream. Oh, that sounds brutal. I don't think it's the platforms. Obviously, the platform doesn't allow that. I don't think the platform is necessarily to be blamed for something like that. Okay, so what are we supposed to do here? Is it like, is that it? Okay. There was a controversy about the platform and the story, but I guess you should look it up. I will look it up. Okay. Come on, fam, huddle up and meet our new Pokemon. Shark? I love Shark. Chompy Chomp, yay. Such a femboy game, oh my god. He's so cool, let's call him Noah. Noah the Shark, eh? He's kind of a cool little dude, actually. Yeah, super cool, totally chill, so rad. Haha, you sound spooked, Dad. Don't worry, I'm sure he doesn't bite. Hey, I quit joshing on Dad. Who says joshing? What's he doing? He looks agitated. Should we be worried? Haha, his name's Noah, Dad. A blaha? What is, I don't know what that means. Nothing worry about Noah, just getting a climb to his new home. At least I think so. When do we get a Pokemon battle? Is it now? Does it have Pokemon battles? Call dibs on playing with him first, no fair. When does the Pokemon battle start is my question. Blaha is a femboy shark. You don't know who Blaha... I have no idea who that is, no. Didn't want to play Cyber Craze with me. He's looking for something. Maybe he's hunting? I mean, he's a shark. Ha ha ha, the only people, right? No, unless they deserve it. Just joshing. Go in your room. Quick, dude, follow that fin. I would rather not Google that. Where'd it go? Where is it hiding? I mean, the art is beautiful, by the way, I will say that. Might be drawn to something in here. Can we take a quick look around? Get a Blaha right now. I don't know. I don't want to Google that. I watched the door like God, not because I'm scared. Is it under the Batterino? Is it inside the thing here? I think you went into your closet. Do you mind if we look inside? Some cool stuff in here, a surfboard. It's safe. Send you Blahash to email. It's your surfboard. Are there strong memories attached to it? Just ignore that. It's the memento of the old days. I used to be a professional surfer, competitions, exhibitions, you name it. Your board looking pretty gnarly, bruh. Yeah, give it up after the incident. I'm just cool dad now, riding the riptide of responsibilities. You feel me? Blahaj is an emotional support shark. It's safe and it bites. I know I have a Guna chat, so I'm a little bit scared. Is that where your lucky surfboard went, Dad? You see the bite. But too much. Dad doesn't like to talk about that. Why not? It's sick as heck. Don't surf you, Dad. Totally protect you from the other sharks. Well, I will say this game has a bit too much yapping, but it looks beautiful. Happy cheers. Blahaj is from IKEA. It does sound like it's from IKEA. Wait, is Peak Machine Man queer? Also, good evening, gents. Is it because I'm playing this game? I'm not queer, no. But this game is a very femboyish game. You should know that Blahaj is when most of your chat is femboys. Most of my chat is either femboys or femboy enjoyers, yes. Blahaj is an IKEA plushie. Oh, the title now I'm staying here. It's true. I'm afraid to look it up, bro. Yeah, bro. Let me. What is that? Oh, it's super wholesome. Oh, I've seen this before. Yes. Trans icon. Chat. What's your favorite kind of shark? Mine is the Marco shark. I like a good hammerhead. Why are you gay? You should trust me. I'm sorry, I should. Change the video title to something like playing femboy game. game with my femboy chat. Do you know what? I like that. I like that idea. Where's the edit? Where's the playing a solar punk femboy game with my femboy nerd chat. Save. There we go. Blahaj is a femboy trans shark plushie icon. Why is it a femboy trans icon? Blahaj now no hate and support all the trans around the world. I do have a lot of femboy enjoyers and femboys in chat, so come on little dudes, let's all go hang 10 together. These new Hana pets really are radical. The ads didn't lie. Sniff. Thanks for bringing back the good vibes. Come hang with us anytime. You're inviting like the cable guy to come and hang out with you. Take good care of them, Noah. Ty. Okay. Whoa, sundown in North Valley looks so different than back in Starglow. It's amazing here. Please don't tell me we gotta go home already. Nope, Dahlia said we could stay the night at her place, remember? Her to Oasis Flats. Okay, so go to Oasis Flats, which is where? Oasis Flats. We all use Arch. What did you expect? That's a fair point. That's a very fair point. Oh, there's a beach, but we can't go there, I guess? Not yet? Okay, where's Oasis Flats? Or is it just down here? When will you become femboy? Have you ever been femboy? Are you a femboy? Will you ever be a femboy? An authentic North Valley dinner. It's locally grown roughage. I followed a popular sun-dry, no-bake recipe. I don't use Arch, I use Fedora, and I tip it to you, sir. It's locally grown roughage. Oh, is that what kind of gives it that desirable mossy smell? A mossy smell. A home-cooked meal in a wow, this is really nice. Wait, is it the meme? Okay, so in Solar Punk, are they all vegetarians? Is that the meme? I don't know about how there's some sort of correlation nexus between the whimsy of LGBT plus culture and hipster tech. They may not always have the same technical depth proclivity, but they often have dabbled. There's a lot of crossover, I've noticed. There's a lot of, I don't know, there's something interesting about this. I made a video about it very loosely, but there's like, people who do interesting things are always a little bit different. If you want to have exceptional output, you have to have exceptional input. I'm not saying you have to be a femboy or a femboy enjoyer or a furry or anything like that, but there seems to be a correlation between people who do really interesting things tend to be different. I've not dabbled, but my IQ is free. What does that mean? So at least I could do for to help you today. So got any big plans for tomorrow? No more heist, I hope. No heist, but we're touring the main Hana Pest Research Facility. It's like a busy day. I want the Pokemon. Did I imagine? Is there no Pokemon in this? Petal Runner. I thought it had Pokemon style fights. Autism, very much so, yes. Okay, I guess it doesn't have. I thought it had Pokemon style fights. What if you are a gay femboy furry all combined? A gay femboy. So you just dress like a girl, but you do dudes, and you're a furry? I mean, have fun, I guess. Is Linus femboy? I don't. Maybe secretly behind the scenes. What kind of input would you accept in your None for me personally, thanks. Aren't you forgetting the most important thing tomorrow? I didn't forget I just 10. I'm going to be turning 10, Callie. It's a milestone birthday. That's amazing, Kira. I didn't know Gen 1 could even live that long. Bruh. I meant in like a good way. Callie takes great care of you. I meant in general, some of course like the big tech furries will go the distance, the long distance. Some of the best crackers in emulation bros I've talked to have been very queer. Regex, I accept regex inputs. I see your backend is only for output. Yes. Man, I have the most femboyish chat. For the soon-to-be birthday boy, I think I've got some double chunk cookies, crispy chippies, and miso caramel ice cream. I just had some. I had some Kinder Bueno ice cream earlier. Oh my days, it was good. I mean, we're having a snack supper. Best pre-birthday dinner, a pre-birthday dinner. How did you get your chips in my ice cream? You got your ice cream under my chips. You got new parsley dance. I really feel underdressed for this. I should have rainbow colored socks on for this one. You can't eat Kinder Bueno. Think about the twink death. Oh yes. Gotta be careful not to put on weight. Mate, I've had 2 tubs of it last week. Kinder Bueno ice cream is amazing. I've never had it before. It's delish. Kinder Brownie 100% better. Bueno too much. I've never had a Kinder Brownie. I'm sure he wouldn't hate a finger when he's doing the bedroom yoga with a partner, but then that's too specific. Not long ago, I ported a cool little rhythm game for NixOS. Great googly moogly, there's still so much foogly. I mean food. Oh, I see, I was talking about I.O. for a packet. That was so much foogly. Today we're having some unhinged sugar dreams tonight. Worth it. I'm a sleepy kid. I'm gonna turn out for the night. Okay, Callie? Of course, good night, Kira. Good night, Kira. Sleep with your battery tight. Night, night. Greetings from Italy. Hello, David. Is that how you say it? David? Thanks again for everything, Dahlia. Do you want help cleaning up? Hey, Callie. I'm really sorry about that dumb Gen 1 comment I made earlier. But without thinking, I do that sometimes. Don't worry about it. But there's so much yapping in this game. I believe you for sure. It gives me an idea, but I'll need your help. Is this a secret lab? ... Dr. Maple, Professor Oak. That's Dr. Maple to you. I think that's what I said. Speak. One thing you always have to keep in mind is that your backend does not leak. Does not leak, it's dangerous. I'm not sure what that means. Our partners at the upcycling facility say there have been people poking around. I see. Top secret research can only remain both secret and top if it's kept secret. It's time. I wish this game had Pokemon fights. That'd be so cool. Prepare the security pets for final testing. Yes, sir, at once, Dr. Maple. Now leave me. I must go whilst they game. Go wish to stay game on Steam. Oh, breaking the fourth wall. Memory leak or an I.O. leak from your backend. I don't want my I.O. to leak. I don't want my I.O. backend to leak. That's not ideal. I made a tool for to count memory allocation to have no leak. Very based. Hey, that's cool. Which game? And what was the process like broadly? Did I miss a chat? I'm not sure. I don't think so. Thanks for playing the Petrol Runner demo. Oh, wait. Feel free to explore the section of North Valley, and there's way more where that came from in full game. We're not supposed to break the fourth wall. Sorry, let's give the controls back. Does Boomer read YouTube comments? I read all the comments, YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. Sometimes it bugs out a little bit though. How does someone grab the stream from your backend output trying to get a strong connection? Sorry, it's a private encrypted stream. Oh. Speak ported a cool rhythm game for Nix OS. That was the context. I figured that might have been the case. I lost my keys. I was innocently tossed coins into the fountain outside the mall. Chat, did you know that the origin of tossing coins into wells is because people used to use coins to purify water. So they'd throw like silver or copper coins in and that would purify water. So that's where that comes from. My favorite protocol is TCP/IP. The Sasa shuttle, Sasa? A little bring a hard hat. Of work to be done past, I'm talking roads, buildings, the works. They haven't got proper clothes yet. Yeah, this it feels like whoever made this game really enjoys wearing rainbow colored socks. TCP/IP. Can we go into this person's house? Nope. Beacon to call your bike, pretty handy in case you ever lose it. Can we go to the beach? We can't go to the beach. HTTP. That's hypertext PP. Is that what it means? It's reliable, maintains a strong connection, can be both short or long. It's perfect. Where's the what does the poll say on the stream? Let's see. How is the vote going? It's 65% yes. Oh my. I think I'll have to have like a donation goal for this or something. Either BTKB is smarter than he lets on, or he's really smarter than he lets on. IQ of 3. HTTP, hypertext passing protocol. Oh, secret area. Man, it's really weird how devs always wanted to wish us their stuff on Steam, huh? Well, what do I know? Maybe you should throw them a bone, then heck, throw two. I think that playing it on stream is more valuable than just doing that. I have an HTTP explanation, but it's really if it's not wholesome chungus, we wanna keep that. What is this? Are big banks the baddies? Chat, is this true? News of the future. I really like. I mean, I like the art style of this very, very much. I really wish it had Pokemon style fights. Is it normal for your HTTP to burn after it's finished? No. That's not normal at all, no. If you're experiencing that, it's not a good thing. Corn dogs, corn cat. Entirely from corn. So if record this place is so bad. But chat, I think we're gonna have to start winding down for the evening. It's been like 3 hours. We've talked about AI. Let me just switch over to the center stage. Chat, we've talked about AI, we've talked about Linux, about Linus, we've spoken about femboys, we've played a very femboyish game. We actually finished a demo, which I wasn't expecting we would do. I can just imagine you sitting with your parents, telling them about how proud you are to have such an intellectual community. I actually do. Are banks evil? Are banks evil? Banks are literally the worst and the most normalized institutions in existence. Banks are not very wholesome chungus, I will say that. HTTP should only give you 200 OK, but if you use it too much, you will get 429. I mean, unless you get surgery, in which case you get 404. But if you've enjoyed today's Wholesome Chungus stream, leave a 1 in the chat. Good night, Papa. Kiss on forehead. I really enjoyed today's stream. We got so many donations. I wasn't even expecting. We got so many donations today. It was very wholesome. We played some games. We spoke about stuff. We'll be doing a lot more of this. We'll be doing a lot more IRL stuff. I'm waiting for some stuff to arrive before I start doing IRL stuff. Whenever I catch next stream, I will rant about banks. Goodbye. 1, very good. The name. Today's stream was very good. You're getting popular. Thank you, BTKB. It appears to be the case. Thanks for the stream. You're more than welcome. The name is Femboy Machine. Oh, yes. Whenever I catch the next stream, I will talk about Linux OS. I would love to. Burp, 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 burp.